That's fucking teamwork!
Holy crap. Holy fucking crap. It's amazing. I am actually on not just a computer, but my computer.
That's fucking teamwork!
There it goes. There it goes. There it fucking goes. What is up, chat? It looks like I'm in a storage closet, I know. I'm not.
That's fucking teamwork!
How are you guys doing? Let me, hold on. Hold on. Handsome Ganker. I am the Stallion Mang. Somsky.
That's fucking
Mokrazar,
teamwork!
ACDC, B&B, Damon Wolf. Thank you, all you guys, for continued support. I'm in Joe and Debbie's
That's
spare room.
fucking teamwork!
So all the shit off camera here is mine, and all the shit back there is theirs, because this is their storage room anyway. It's just now storing an entire Squidish, which is more things than was previously. Hugh Dog 37.
Welcome, Squid
Anime's
Baby,
freaky
to the
twin.
Squiddy
We got.
Pool.
I don't have the hats. I don't have the hats or tentacles right now, so I can't do. Yeah, it says.
That's fucking
There's toys and
teamwork!
dolls in their thing, right? They got a whole pile. It goes all the way back in the corner. There's like a huge pile of crates. That's the better part of a bed frame. Anyway, I don't have the hat. I don't have the tentacles. Those are fucking get hats on Scrub. Colin, Oswald 70. Thank you as well. Thank you all of you guys for your support. So I don't have all my cool stuff. I packed all of the basics that I was going to
That's
need to be
fucking
able
teamwork.
to... Shubbard. I didn't even say Shubbard. Am I dumb? Shubbard didn't even show up in the chat, or is it just desperately trying to catch up?
That's fucking teamwork.
I didn't even see Shubbard show up in the chat. Is it like... I mean... Hi, Zendern. Would you
That's fucking teamwork.
Twitch is at least a little bit on fire? Because it took me like 10 minutes to... I was still trying to
That's
catch up.
fucking teamwork.
Oh yeah, because it's Callan 1270. Okay, it's desperately trying to keep up with the rate of the subs. Is trying its hardest. Because I get the notifier is kind of long. Oh shit, my web's on autofocus. Oh shit, that face cam's gonna go in and out of focus a billion times. I need to fix the webcam settings, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So, let me tell you guys where we're at.
Currently use Guild Toss. It's super effective.
I don't know what Guild Toss means.
Welcome, Squidling, to the Squiddy Pool.
I don't know what that means, but thank you. I assume that's a reference to something somewhere.
Welcome, Squidling,
Mr.
to the
Soul Pro,
Squiddy Pool.
thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. Josh, welcome. Josh, welcome. 10 months in a row. It's not really a welcome, so it doesn't work as well.
That's
Thank you for your
fucking
support.
teamwork.
Jesus. It turns out, when I haven't streamed for... Oh, it's a Final Fantasy joke. Alright, that's why I don't get it then. Yeah, I don't play Final Fantasy. I don't know that. It's Final Fantasy Gold. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense. I understand now. I get your reference. Turns out, when I haven't streamed for... We're a little over 2 weeks, I believe.
You're great, Squid. You have helped me through hard times. Hope you have everything figured out since the breakup, Squid. The why.
Shrub, thank you so much for the 10 bucks. And Creamy42, thank you for those bits, my friend. I got that hot bit boss snipe. So, Jesus, thank you guys. That's so, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to start. Honestly, I go live and that's so English. Don't make fun of him. He's trying really hard.
That's fucking
And it's not even done.
teamwork.
It's not even done. Tarak on his alternate account, which is also Pentasub 2 months in a row, put up the donation goal. I want to set the 1 cent off. That's not a thing I can do in like a second. I have to go and like set it up. I didn't want to put it up today because I'm not gonna bother putting that up till I'm like back properly on schedule and whatnot. But thank you all you guys, seriously. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for sticking with me and dealing with the spontaneous loss of almost 2 weeks of stream time. That was AIDS. It was, trust me, I'm aware. I'm fully aware of how AIDS it was. It was extremely AIDS. But let me get you guys caught up real quick. Whose closet are you currently living in? You guys know Zivrix, Joe. He plays Winter on Pathfinder on Wednesdays.
Welcome,
I'm in his place.
Squidling,
Hey,
to the
Rock-a-san.
Squiddy Pool.
Let's see we're done yet. Don't stop talking. There's more subs here. Welcome to the Squiddy Pool, indeed, my friend. Thank you for your support. Glad you could join us. Thank you, everybody who just subbed and resubbed the show. Joe's at work. Like, that's why we just got back to teamwork. Yefetikaba, 28 months in a row. Thank you for your continued support. You were the shiniest squidling. Everyone who subbed was the shiniest squidling for probably like 3 seconds maximum so far, realistic. My monitors are so far away right now. I have to turn so far to see my chat log. It's more like my webcam is way off to this side and it shouldn't be. But I'm at Winter's place. Joe and Dez, fortunately, some of you might know.
Welcome, Squidling,
Mindless Alien,
to the
welcome to
Squiddy
the Squiddy
Pool.
Pool. Welcome back, pretty sure on that one to the Squiddy Pool. Thank you for your support. You were the shiniest squidling. Some of you guys would recall that I
Welcome
talked
back.
a bit. Welcome 70. Why did it make the cha-ching noise? with the $15. Thank you, Fulcrum, for the tip. Some of you guys will recall, I talked about some plans to move. Oh my god, guys. Taraka! Holy shit, guys.
Well, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway. Ah, Squidditch and Females, a story of one nat 20 and several squidrings.
Squiddungs. Oh, squiddungs. I'm gonna call that emote. That emote is squiddungs.
That's
from now on.
fucking teamwork.
Taraka. Sorry I didn't put up the donation goal for you, so you could have your way with it, but you destroyed it in spirit. You did what you meant to do. And I really, like, I always appreciate your support, obviously, but all you that are just throwing your money at the screen right now, all these subs, all these resubs, if there's, I don't, unlike some people,
That's fucking teamwork.
in the recent past, I don't want to try and turn shitty life events into a dumpster fundraising opportunity and like take advantage of you.
That's fucking teamwork.
Jesus, guys, I can't even say thanks. I am extremely thankful for the support right now, because if there was ever a time that I could actually use possibly a little bit, it would be now. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I have enough to get on. I got through the hard part. I'm here. That was the hard part. The hard part was get to North Carolina with all of my stuff. I have successfully completed the hard part. Who all just resubbed? Who was that? We had Rebellion 777. Those are some nice resubs. Let's keep this going. Come to you live from the supply closet. Good to have you back. Longest resub message ever with 40 months. John Escalation, let us continue the chain. And then Magic said, fuck you, John. And became the shiniest squidling. Thank you. All of you guys. Yeah, I got the hard part. I didn't get stabbed by a crazy person. So. Alright. Let me try and start this again. Here's the basics. For the moment, I'm going to do my best to stream approximately the schedule I normally stream. I'm in North Carolina right now. I had to very abruptly relocate from Florida to somewhere that wasn't Florida. T-Max even here with the Church and She. I had to very abruptly relocate. And I didn't have anywhere really to go. We didn't have anything lined up. But fortunately, Joe, Zivrix, guy who plays Winter and Pathfinder, and I don't think Daz has ever been on stream, but I'm currently staying with them and their parents in North Carolina in their spare room. So I'm in the safe place. I made it here. That's good. And yeah, you can see this pile of their stuff.
That's fucking
me,
teamwork.
because this is a spare room, and it's basically just storage. And there's a ton of crap off stream you can't really see. All I really brought with me is right here what I need to stream, and Steven is right over there hating everything. He is he's normally the grumpiest rat in the world, but he is the absolute grumpiest he has ever been. He is super not happy about the last couple days. We just subbed. Xodius 987 with the 1 year anniversary even. MS Paint Storytime. What am I gonna MS Paint? Oh yeah, Des was a druid for like 2 sessions in Ire of the Storm. You're right. She was on stream a little bit. I forgot about that. Yeah, she did play in Ire of the Storm and Pathfinder way back when for like 2 sessions and then quit and stopped playing it. I'm with them. And Middleman, thank you for the $4. Appreciate it. But yeah, Steven was not a super huge fan of being in the front of a U-Haul for the better part of 2 days, but such is life. Anyway, I'm gonna do my best to stick to the regular schedule. I'm not gonna be able to do it exactly because the priority, you know, is finding a place to actually live and not infringing on Dez's parents' hospitality any longer than I have to. So that's what we were out doing today. Fortunately, Dez has got a whole bunch of apartments and rental houses and stuff lined up, and we went and looked into some places, filled out some applications. You know, in a dream world, we'll be set up in a new place for good within the week. And then we'll be back to the totally normal streaming. That's the dream. That's the dream. Can't guarantee that, but that's the dream. Also, seeing as I am definitely
That's fucking
somebody else's apartment.
teamwork.
Well, somebody else's house, rather. I can't scream at games as much as I typically do. I need to be a functional human, at least to some degree. And also, I mean, I probably shouldn't stream super late into the night either, because they're adult humans and work normal human hours, and if I'm yelling at Crash Bandicoot at 11:30 at night, that's probably not optimal for them. So, I'm gonna stream what I can. Inside voice, I know. Hexi, I don't have an inside voice. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to have an inside voice for the next couple of days. Optimistic Weasel, thank you for 7 months in a row. You were the shiniest Squidling. Squid has an inside voice. This is my inside voice. This is fine. It's by definition an inside voice. It's my voice and I'm inside. So, shut up. Also, you guys might hear, there might be occasional interruptions, of course.
That's fucking teamwork.
House. You might hear rat dogs scream bark. Because, I don't know if you haven't seen the picture on Twitter, it's pretty beautiful. Rat dog, and Hexi, if you want to link the rat dog tweet. Yeah, I forgot. The webcam, okay, so those of you guys have been with me for a really long time. You know, every time I touch this webcam, it defaults all its settings, and I freaking forgot about that. I was testing the mic and everything. Stop doing that. I was testing the mic and everything, and I forgot to... I didn't really look at the webcam. I mean, I turned it on, I saw that it worked, and I went live, but I didn't realize all the settings were defaulted, so it's constantly fucking auto-focusing, and it's gonna be doing that, and it sucks, and it's annoying. But, such is life. Uvahash, 8 months in a row. You the shiniest Squidling. Thank you for your continued support. I can't turn that off while I'm live, though. I don't want to restart stream, because I've probably only got, like, 4 or so hours before I should probably stop. So, the Chupacabra. See... I've been calling it Rat Dog. I thought Rat Dog was a really funny name, because it's a little shitty Chihuahua mix. Like, the thing is, like, yay big. And its actual name is Bandit, which is hilarious, because Bandit is already a dog that my parents have. But this is also Bandit. But this Rat Dog is the angriest, screamiest creature ever. My hand looks so weird in that pic. That whole pic. I mean, the whole point of the pic was to be like Godzilla shaky cam with this dog being a psychopath. That was the idea. I may have gone slightly overboard. 1 pound of concentrated rage. Anybody who has ever owned or interacted with a Chihuahua is probably familiar with, well, Chihuahuas. Really, they're a thing that exists. And not only is there that, I actually found out when I got here that Joe and Desiree own an entire zoo, and I think Des is looking to open a pet store that they just run out of their bedroom, because, let me count. I think Des actually has 10
your
pets.
Streams way too much. Let us help you get back on your feet. The least we can do.
I appreciate it, Dimple. Thank you. Thank you for the $10 tip. Do really appreciate it. But no. Seriously. 10 pets. She has like a snake, a turtle, and 3 lizards. 4 cats and a dog. Rat dog thing. Chupacabra, whatever we're gonna call it. And then I added Steven in the corner. So every fucking animal that doesn't live in a small box had to come by and investigate the new rat who already hated his life, who was doing his very best to curl up in his igloo and never come out again. Because if he ever comes out, he might have to get in a U-Haul for 2 more days and just want to die real bad. Oh man. He's fine though. Probably. Does Steven have new friends? I mean, Steven hates everything. But that's just what's here. I'm gonna cut that number of pets, I think, like in half. Because if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember what we talked about. When we move out of here, we all get moved into a rental house or an apartment or whatever, I think she's bringing Chupacabra rat dog, 1 cat, and like 2 lizards and a snake. So, still a huge pile of shit, but not 4 cats. And not the turtle, because the turtle is a douchebag and doesn't do anything. And it's actually really funny, because as soon as I went up and saw him, Joe picked up the turtle. And he just sits there and tries to snap at whatever's closest to him. Like, he's just angry. Turtles are
That's
just
fucking
angry.
teamwork!
They're like Chihuahua reptiles. They're just angry little armor dogs. And he just hates everything. It's like, he'd probably get along with Steven if they didn't try to kill each other, because they both just hate everything. So, I mean, they could possibly sit there and hate each other forever. All for games. The 3-year anniversary in the Squiddy Pool. Let us celebrate your return. You were the shiniest Squidling. Thank you for your continued support. Glad you enjoyed the content. We gotta get Dez to show off the snake. I don't know where Dez is. Dez is here somewhere. Actually, I think she had to go to the store and get bread for her mom. She might not actually be here. But, yeah, I know Joe's at work. Dez is here somewhere. Doing something. Steven's over there. I closed the door because otherwise Rat Dog would come in here and scream bark at me. Because I can't tell if Rat Dog likes me or hates me. And the picture, if you look at the picture on Twitter, it may seem like the assumption.
Won't happen often, but I am super happy to have your return.
Somsky, really appreciate it, man. Thank you for the 20. Thank you all you guys for the crazy amount of support. I know we haven't actually started playing video games yet. I was gonna set the game to not playing, but you can't do that anymore. But I guess I could set it to IRL, but I don't want to fuck with it because the dashboard's on fire. And even if it does actually let me change off of Crash Bandicoot, I'm not convinced it's gonna let me change back. So anyone who clicks on this hoping it's Crash Bandicoot, we are gonna play Crash Bandicoot eventually. It's just been a minute and I'm telling a story right now and... It's gonna be a minute. Can we see Rat Dog? I mean, I can go find Rat Dog. He's very angry. He's very angry. If you really want me to go find Rat Dog, I can go find Rat Dog. He's probably stapled to Dez's asshole because that dog adores her. I've never...
Welcome,
I don't think I've ever seen a dog be so
Squiddy
attached to a
Pool.
person as Rat Dog is to Dez. Swedish Dundane, welcome indeed to the Squiddy Pool. Thank you for your support. You were the shiniest Squidling. Glad you enjoyed the content. Summon the dog. But I could just... If I open the door... Here's the problem. If I open the door, Rat Dog and at least 2 cats are gonna find their way in here. Also, Rat Dog is gonna constantly. Also, one of the cats that comes in here, I don't know if cats can have Down syndrome, but if they... I don't know if I don't know if there's cat downs, but if there's cat downs, the cat that's gonna come in here is the cat with cat downs. Because he figured out I will pet him.
Welcome, Squidling, to the Squiddy Pool.
And I thought it was a kitten. I didn't think it had Down syndrome. I thought it was just a kitten, but they're like, no, this cat's like 3. I was like, what the fuck? Is it retarded? Like, what's wrong? So we're gonna have the reeing, screaming Rat Dog and Down's cat in here. Chimera. Not a pleb anymore. Properly rejoining the Squiddy Pool. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your monitude. Appreciate it, my friend. I don't know if cats can have Down syndrome, but if they can, this cat has Down syndrome. No, Wonder Joe doesn't have my trolls.
That's fucking teamwork!
Oh, Dark Light in 37 months in a row. Over 3 years of support. Thank you, my friend. You were the shiniest Squidling. Glad you enjoyed the content. So, it's a good thing Squid isn't the evil genius, the huge house. He could probably just stage a horrible breakup / falling out with his roommate every few months, stream for new house and get lots of money. I mean, I'm aware. I know you guys. I know how supportive you guys are. It's the reason I've been able to stream for so long without really having like a numerically humongous audience. It's because you guys are completely awesome. And I didn't want to tweet anything. Like, I mean, I gave you guys the basics of what happened. I tweeted out that I didn't want to fucking say anything, because, like, you guys know, you guys that have been here long term, I didn't say shit about what happened in Assassin's Creed, or, I mean, I kind of stopped playing because I didn't enjoy it, but I mean, there was some drama in there, obviously. I didn't talk about it because it's fucking stupid. No one's here to see that. You're here to watch video games. I don't really say shit other than I don't like high res
Welcome,
about Smite. I'm still, to this day, I haven't gone into that because I'm not going to. There's no point. But this time, I had to get on Twitter and I had to give the basics. Because all Starby wanted to do was get on and scream and fling shit.
That's
And
fucking
I realized
teamwork!
that it's just because she wanted to make it a big fundraising opportunity. And, I mean, I hate that I had to talk about it, but I really feel bad for all the people that she basically conned into buying her a new computer, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. I hate bringing non-stream shit into stream, because we're here to play Crash Bandicoot, die a lot, and it's funny. But I had to tweet at least some shit about what's going on, just so people got a general idea of what was actually happening, and not just the screaming psychopath in the corner. But we're past that now. I'm in North Carolina. I have a rat dog chupacabra and a cat with Downs. And a rat dog person and possibly a person with Downs. We're gonna find an apartment. Yeah, I haven't shaved. Shut the fuck up. I am so tired. I mean, I know that's my secret. I'm always tired, yada yada. But I am so fucking tired. I have been doing shit constantly since Monday night. Because that was when Joe and Dez got down to Florida. Possibly person Downs. I'm making fun of Joe Taraka because he's dumb. But since Monday night,
That's fucking teamwork!
packing and cleaning and organizing and trying to figure shit out, and then jammed in a U-Haul for the better part of 2 days with 3 people and a rat in the front of a U-Haul, driving from southern Florida to North Carolina, and then unpacking, getting everything set up here, and then spent the majority of today looking at houses and apartments, trying to find a place to move to. Because the dream, the goddamn dream, I have this U-Haul still parked out back, full of 97% of everything I owned. It's not in this box right in front of me. That's stream required. And I have a dream we'll get a place before I have to turn that U-Haul back in, so I don't have to figure out where to put all the rest of that shit. Yeah, but hey, at least I didn't wreck a car and get a concussion to go to the hospital for 3 days this time. So it's better than the previous move, right? Right? Frankly, I'm surprised Florida woman didn't try to steal any shit. If you've been paying attention, that's actually how the entire story started, was them trying to steal my shit. That's actually the origin of the entire adventure. But no, they didn't successfully steal any of my shit, really, that matters. So whatever. Point is, we're here. I don't really want to go through the whole story again, honestly. But it's on Twitter, if you care. I know I'm letting Zindern down real hard, because Zindern has wanted nothing more than to wait until I wasn't in Florida, in danger of potentially being... Okay. Wait until I was out of the area to tell the entire fucking story. But it's on Twitter if you really care. Zindern needs his... He better
Show
at
me
least
to
share my
stream.
fucking memes. I will give you something. Downs the cat. Show me to stream. Who subbed? I missed the sub too. I mean, Paladin Johnny right now, with 3 months in a
That's
row,
fucking
with the immediate
teamwork!
Cyber Drake snipe. Thank you both for your continued support. Who was it before? It was somebody like right before that. It was Cryptic. It was Cryptic with the 42 months that rolled by while I was
That's
talking, and I
fucking
got distracted.
teamwork!
I passed over his. Cryptic. Thank you also, my friend, not only for the 42 goddamn months of sub, before the monotone and all the work you've done. But I will give you guys some memes. It's pretty funny. Before I moved, a day or two before I actually moved out of Florida, I was hanging out in Discord. Only internet I have is hotspot off my phone, because reasons. So I'm hanging out in Discord with Zendern and Larken, and I think Derp. And somebody... I have it all. I haven't had a chance to put this all together. I was gonna make a whole collage out of this, and it was gonna be really funny. But let me pull it up. Who was it? It was Codename Utopian. Codename Utopian started this, if you hear. My friend. Messaged Larken. Asking if Larken knew what was happening to me down in Florida. It was funny. Because, I mean, we're in Discord at the time. Am I getting a story about what? You want to fucking tell it? Oh, you get in Discord and you tell it, Larken? God damn it. I want to get in Discord, you piece of shit. I'm gonna get in Discord. If you think you can tell the goddamn story better, come get in Discord, you piece of shit. But, what was it? Maybe it was a different. I don't know. That was the first thing I have saved is from Codename.
That's fucking teamwork.
We sent Larken down the rabbit hole.
I don't want to tell the story. You just started with the wrong person.
Oh, who was the first person I should do?
Replay was the first person.
Oh, the first image I had. Oh, because you didn't give me your images till later. I just looked at which image I had saved first, which was Codename Utopian. But no, oh, because you sent me.
Where this came from?
Yeah,
Obviously for the ride.
You sent me yours last. Somebody fucking messaged Larken asking if he knew what was going on, and we thought it'd be funny, because we're dicks, to have Larken pretend he had literally no idea what was going on. So Larken's like, no, please do tell, because honestly, I was curious what the outside perspective was, because obviously I know what happened. I was there, believe it or not.
That's
Larken and
fucking
Cinder knew what happened.
teamwork.
I was almost there.
Because Zindern was literally the guy I called the first time the police got called. And,
I was asleep, but I was told later.
And then I told Larken the whole story later. And Zenayat, it's been 42 months, so I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. But that's probably pretty close to right. And that odd dear, thank you both for your continued support. Glad you enjoyed the content. They knew what was going on, obviously. I told them the story. So, I wanted to know what the outside perspective was. I know replays you, Tex and Toaster. I see you in chat. I know. It was Tex and Toaster that messaged Larken first. And then Codename. But I think, like, you messaged Codename, wasn't it? That was
I was recommended to message Codename.
Okay, so Tex and started.
Yeah, by me.
The point
Well,
is, after what I tweeted and whatever Starby tweeted, which honestly I haven't looked at because I don't really care what she said. I just knew she was saying dumb shit, so I gave you guys the basics. I was curious what everyone knew, like what the outside perspective was of what you guys actually took away from the whole story. So I had Larken pretend to have no idea what's going on, and tell Texan he is completely clueless, just so Texan would tell him what he thought he knew. And this ended up going down a fucking rabbit hole because he talked to Texan and figured out what Texan knew, and then Texan said that you should talk to Codename Utopian because Codename knows more than Texan does. So Larken messages Codename Utopian and asks him, hey, what's going on? Texan Toaster said I should talk to you because something's happening to Squid. And then talked to Codename Utopian for a minute before Codename was like, nah, Cryptic's the guy who knows everything. You need to talk to Cryptic. And so Larken messages Cryptic. And that was kind of where we stopped because Cryptic was like super fucking serious about the entire thing. Like,
he passed the sleuth test.
Cryptic was the mask of stony demeanor. Like, he was super, and I appreciate it honestly because it was a pretty serious situation. But I have like 3 screenshots of what Cryptic told Larken. That's just like fucking a bullet point sorted list of exactly what he knew from Twitter. So Cryptic passed the sleuthing test. That's what we told him.
And at the end of each conversation,
You gotta say how he linked.
I know. Because, when he finished talking in Tex and Toaster, do you link it in chat? Link what you linked up.
Oh man, I gotta get
The
it.
GIF. Whenever he was done talking to someone, Larken, instead of saying okay, thanks, or bye, or good to know, or whatever, said I'm gay in all caps and linked a fucking GIF.
There's a gift and I said okay in lowercase.
Oh no, the GIF said I'm gay. It was I'm gay was on the GIF. And then you said okay, and then you stopped talking to him.
no, I can't find the I'm gay gif.
He said the I'm gay gif. The Texan talked to Cody Utopian, talked to him, sent him the I'm gay gif, and said okay, and then talked to Cryptic. But then Cryptic literally talked to Hexi, and I have Hexi in this too. And like I said, I don't want to get back into the story. I just want to pull one line out because it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen Hexi say to somebody. Cryptic said to Hexi after they were talking, I hope everything turns out okay. And Hexi's reply was, yeah, I hope so. She blocked me on Twitter before I tweeted on her, so fuck her and her tiny little mouth.
Can I pull out one tidbit too from like the very start?
What?
When we were talking the first time, after the whole thing was starting, like before the cops were called or anything, when we were talking, we were like, okay, you need to move, but probably nothing's gonna happen. You're like, oh yeah, you're probably right. You go in, start stream the circuit breakers, and just fucking flipped.
Like, Hexi, we laughed for what had to be 5 minutes and fuck her in her tiny little mouth. Like,
Fucking funny.
oh my god, we all lost our fucking shit when we got that conversation. But, oh god, it was really funny. So yeah, we and then he told Cryptic he passed the sleuthing test because Cryptic just basically said it was
And then said the I'm gay.
Yeah, that's
on
the
Twitch,
I'm
and then
gay,
I'm
okay.
gay. But it was just, I wanted to know what everyone's perspective was from the outside, and it ended up going down this magical little rabbit hole with Larken, and it was really funny. It was.
Yeah, so don't private message me unless you want and Squid to all be in the background and this.
If you directly message Larken, we might meme on you. But
I'm surprised no one asked me. Like, I was just kept out the loop.
Because they like me more, you loser.
Oh, whatever.
Well, to be fair, Cinder, I mean, what character do you present to stream? You're like the screaming racist Nazi who shows up to make puns and isn't ever serious about people.
Yeah, bans everybody.
Yeah, you just ban people for memes. And I mean, Larken, who, while also being the edgelord weeb gay guy, is more of
Who
like
was also screaming.
a human being. Like, he reads a lot, but you're just like the pun bot. And like, stream doesn't even probably see you as a real person. Like,
You know, I've never felt so hurt as I do right this very moment.
Hey, but who did I call when shit started hitting the fan? Because it was you.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
No,
One with the women.
I fucking needed Ghostbusters, but he's like the drunk Nazi uncle we never had. Exactly. See, chat knows. Chat's on board with
Yeah,
this.
that knows. Oh god, it was so fucking funny. No, this is like the fucking 10 minutes from probably nothing's gonna happen to everything that can go wrong went wrong.
Oh yeah, that was the fastest downhill shit fiesta I've ever experienced in my life. At the beginning of what was it, Tuesday's stream?
Yeah, I think so.
When I went live and we got 5 minutes into like this screen of me just talking to you guys before the stream died because Starby literally shut off the circuit breaker, and that was the fastest downhill clown fiesta I've ever seen. But fortunately, that snowball has now successfully reached North Carolina, so all I really have to deal with it now is find a place to live. And Downhill Shit Fiesta's a good band name. Okay. Thanks, Sawyer. But yeah. So I will ask chat, because I know Zendaren is literally gonna go hang himself after everything if he doesn't get story time on stream.
I have achieved what I wanted. You shared the sleuthing meme. That's all I care about.
Larken wants the sleuthing story. Zendaren wants the actual story. But
Yeah,
like,
right, dude, because it's a magical journey.
normally I would tell you to go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna get this in stream. Nobody cares. Let's play Crash Bandicoot. But again, this is the thing that has already been dragged into public forcibly by the other party. So I'm gonna ask chat, and I'm just gonna visually gauge this. I'm not gonna straw poll or anything. Before we start playing Crash Bandicoot, do you want the story? Can we get fuck her and her tiny little mouth as a quote?
Make it a fucking an emote.
That was just so
you gotta
funny.
make it an emote. It's the tiny mouth. Like a French fry in it or something. Or no, just gotta make it perfectly so it fits with the rat.
I think that's a really visually overwhelming.
That looks
got
pretty
your
on board with
sideways
that
rat and then
Codename Utopian. This was supposed to be a Freedom Day sub, so I held on to it since then. That was the sleuther of everything. I have a little infographic of all the info I had before you started tweeting. What a god. You were the shiniest, Squidling. 3-year anniversary. Thank you, my friend. You're actually not, because Maverick immediately subbed also. Which, 45 months, won the public. I mean, I'm not super opposed to telling the story, because, again, I have to, because it got dragged into fucking public already, so I mean, at this point, it's just, like, setting the record straight more than anything else. Okay,
I'm still salty. I was asleep for everything.
If not telling Get Sinner to hang himself, then I'm all for radio silence. Wow, savage.
Can I just, okay, is the dashboard gonna work? Because can I just switch my playing to IRL? Because this is gonna be a minute.
Hexi, the nicest person in chat. Have you met Hexi?
I don't feel like you've met Hexi.
Nah, me neither.
Okay, can you
Or
work
follow
that
her on
thing?
Twitter.
No, dashboard's just totally broken. So, like, I literally can't even change the game I'm playing, so we're gonna play
Hexi, change to IRL.
No, she can't. No, it's Twitch. The dashboards are
Damn
defective right now. The only reason I was able to change the title was I had to go onto my... Oh, can I do that through the channel page? Maybe I can do it through the channel page, too. Because I changed the title through the channel page. Because dashboard is down right now.
Dude, they really want that MS Paint, man. They want that John
What
Madden
if there's
too.
nothing to paint? There's no, like, visual aid to this.
I don't know, just draw like a face with pink hair and like a knife.
And a circuit breaker.
And you dead on the ground in a circuit breaker. Pink hair and like a knife.
And
Oh,
a
it's not
circuit
muted.
breaker.
Oh, it's
You
not
dead on the
muted.
ground in a circuit
Oh, God, help. Okay, there we go. I switched to IRL. I had to do it through the channel page.
Dude, I had like 50 viewers at the end of my stream because
Draw
of the waiting
face
room.
with a tiny little mouth.
I have the best family, by the way. Of all the families.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't even know where to actually start this. Because it's a thing.
This all started in 1985.
This all started in fucking 1990 with a mistake that was my conception. I just proceeded to go downhill from there. No, so, I guess the starting point is the point of contention is the computer, because that was the catalyst of Ebola. I don't know if it's the computer. Let's just start with the computer. That's the main crux. I'm not even gonna bother with the. I don't want to take the trash out. Life is hard. We'll just start with the computer. So, what?
There's so much to it that no matter where you start, you're gonna leave something out.
Yeah, it's just like it's an entire week worth of convoluted disaster story. So,
Don't worry, I have it all in fresh memory.
yeah, and you have your like 9-page Word document that you've
Literally a fucking essay.
had everything
Yeah.
written down. Okay, so here's the stuff.
Which I'm never gonna post.
Here's why I've been gone for a week. For everyone who either has or has not been on Twitter, here's the in one place consolidated story of what the fuck I've been dealing with for a week. So, you guys know I have 2 computers, obviously. Oh yeah, I guess that's not obvious. A lot of you might know that because I have this new one that my dad got me. Just because he's an awesome dude, and it was like a giant birthday present, basically. He wanted to build a new computer for himself, and he figured, fuck it, just order 2 of all the parts, and he'll build one and get one for me too, since I use it for streaming so much for work. And my old computer was starting to get it wasn't like out of date, but it was starting to get a little bit older.
Like where mine is now.
Yeah, so I have a second computer. And back when YouTube was not a flaming pile of actual garbage, that second computer was the one that, while I was streaming, was generally busy rendering. Because any of you that aren't familiar with video or even image editing, there is a step of this process called rendering a lot of people don't realize exists, which is retardedly long. So when I put a video together for YouTube, I do all the editing, which takes an hour or 2 in of itself, and then once everything is in Sony Vegas and done and good to go, it has to be rendered into one video file that I can upload to YouTube. It has to take all the data Sony Vegas has and basically reproduce the new video file. And that can literally take hours, depending on how high quality, how long. It's a very long process. So it was really difficult with one PC for me to find time to render and upload videos around streaming, just because that's so much stuff my computer needs to be doing. And streaming, rendering, and uploading, I can't do any two of those at the same time, because rendering takes pretty much 100% of your processing power. Like, you have to be going full bore. Like, your computer is occupied while it's rendering. Obviously, I can't stream and upload at the same time. So having a second computer made that life a lot easier. I may have started this story too far back. Because why have a second computer? Really, it's not super relevant, I guess, to the overall story. The point is, I have a second half-decent computer that was the rendering PC for a long time. And when I brought that with me, by the time I moved in with Starby in Florida, I wasn't doing YouTube anymore. So, that computer was basically just sitting in a closet. I hadn't used it in some time. Her computer was a pile of garbage, much like Larken's computer. So, I let her use mine, because it's just sitting in a closet anyway. And I mean, we're dating. She streams too. There's really no reason not to just let her use my spare computer to stream off of. So, she borrowed my computer, and she'd been using that PC to stream for the entirety of the time we were in Florida. And like the better part of the time she's been streaming, really, she's been using that computer. A while ago, I also decided I didn't like having giant fucking lizard heat lamps pointed at me for 6 hours while I was streaming to make the green screen functional. And I liked having the cool backdrop with all the gaming related paraphernalia and crap in it. So I stopped using the green screen too. She, well, for reasons, wanted to use a green screen instead of having a backdrop. And, I mean, again, I'm not using it, so sure, here you go, have fun. So, she's using my computer, my green screen, my studio lights. Basically, the only part of her streaming setup that's hers is her monitors. And she popped her we put her hard drives in my computer, obviously, just for simplicity's sake. But, she's borrowing a large amount of my streaming equipment. When I get set up in this new apartment, I'm going to go back to using the green screen. Because as much as the heat lamps are kind of annoying, I mean, they're really not that hot. And I think a green screen is much better than just having, well, for reasons being like this giant rectangle in the corner. This whole experience right here, you lose so much more screen space that no matter how, well, like what the backdrop is and whether it's cool or not, you just lose so much more screen real estate to not having a green screen when you could just have a face and just, that's it. It's just the face. Bradley, that's a year anniversary, my friend. Holy cow, 1 year. It's been a good year, and I hope you keep up the great word, Squid. Can I request a rock version of Venus Lighthouse for the chat? I do not have that in my playlist, and I cannot because that's not... I can use stuff that's literally from video games, because it's like game licensed. That's actually not, because it's a cover from a different band. So that's kind of grayish in the copyright area. So I can't do that one, unfortunately. But thank you for the year, my friend. You were the shiniest Squidling. Point is... Squid's boxes, sex toys, and dolls. Shut up, it's not even mine. This is their storage room. My stuff is right here. You can't see my stuff. My stuff is literally the desk, the computer. Sorry, I just whacked the hell out of that microphone. The desk, the computer, a fan in case it's hot, and Steven. And that's pretty much 100%, and a sack of clothes is what I have in here. Anyway. So. I want to do this with as little shit flinging as possible, but I feel like at least.
I don't think you can avoid at this point, dude.
I mean, there's
late.
no, I don't want to like. I'm just gonna
No,
tell
like
the story and, like,
but
I'm just gonna tell the story and chat can draw their own conclusions. But I mean,
You're playing Minesweeper with words, my friend.
yeah, it's like because I don't know how to get into this without like saying she's fucking crazy. But like, I mean, I feel like that is relevant to the story. So I mean, I don't say this to be insulting. I say this because Starby's fucking crazy, and like that's story pertinent because through a year of living with her, our relationship degraded extremely rapidly. And when I moved in with her for a very short period of time in California, she was on very, very bad terms with her roommate there. And not knowing her roommate, really, I mean, I just thought her roommate was a giant asshole. But after a year of living with her, I'm like, no, he just lived with Starby for a year, and that's just the end result of living with Starby for a year, is you're probably not on good terms with her anymore. But it's degraded very far. From dating to broken up to just very barely, like, roommates. Like, by the end of the year, like, the last month or so, I'd see her once a day, maybe. We didn't really talk or anything. I'd just stay in my room and do my thing, and she'd stay in her room and do hers. Like, we weren't on unfriendly terms or anything, just like, we didn't hang out or anything. We're just roommates. And, final step of that snapping, she threw a fit over whatever. It's irrelevant. And, told me, basically, we're not friends anymore, screw off. It's fair, to be fair, and kinder words than that, but she's like, we're not gonna pretend to be friends anymore. Don't come on my stream, I don't want to talk to you, stop hosting me. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm moving out at the end of the month, and I don't really trust you, and I need my stuff back. Like, again, the aforementioned stuff she's been using, the computer and the green screen lights and whatnot. Clam a day. 10 months in a row. Thank you for your continued support. You were the shiniest squibbling. She's like, so I was just like, alright, whatever, fine, I don't care, give me my stuff back. I'm moving at the end of the month anyway. You do you. So, the response to that is no. I'm like, what do you mean no? You can't just, I want my computer back. You can't just say no. That's, you've been using my computer to stream. You can't just not give it back to me. That's not how this works. So, she said, no, you gave it to me, it's mine. It's like, okay, first of all, you've been using it. Because we live in the same apartment, and I am not, at this exact moment, using this computer or this green screen because I have all this stuff behind me and it's a cool backdrop. Like, it doesn't just become yours by merit of the fact that I let you borrow it and you've been using it for the better part of a year, or the rental car industry would be horrendously complicated. That's not how ownership works. So, she refused to give me my stuff. And I told her, like, via text, because we weren't talking to face right now, I texted her, I was like, I'm just gonna come take it. Like, I'm literally going to come in there, and I'm going to take my computer, my green screen, my studio lights, whatever else I let you borrow, like my rat cam, she had a second webcam too. Like, I'm just gonna take all my stuff, and like, you are free to call the police and complain. Like, this is not your stuff. So I did that thing I said I was going to do, and she did the thing I said she was free to do. So, she left for the 4th of July to go to her parents' house. I guess, I mean, she believed me. She just fully believed, like, hey, he's gonna go in the room and take my computer back. And, so I go, when she leaves, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go take my stuff, and if she wants to throw a fit, she can throw a fit. I mean, it's mine, what's gonna happen? She had her mom bring her a key lock doorknob and install it on her bedroom door. I was like, okay, couple things. Thing one, my name's on the lease, so it's not illegal to go in this room. Thing two, you bought a $7 key lock doorknob from Walmart, and I possess a small plastic object. So I went in her room, and I took my computer and my green screen, I took my studio lights, I took my spare webcam back, and I took my gun that this crazy person tried to lock in her room with her. I'm like, that's not okay, because I'm concerned about you, because you're not acting normal, and I would prefer you didn't have a loaded shotgun in your bedroom, personally. So, I take all this stuff back, put it all in my room, decide that, you know, she had the right idea. Uber to Walmart and buy myself a not as shitty key lock doorknob and install it on my bedroom door. So, 4 p.m. rolls around. This is Tuesday, the 4th of July. It's the last time I was live. I start streaming. Those of you who are there, I mean, the VOD is still there, so I mean, you can go look at it if you really care. It's about 5 minutes long, because I start streaming. She gets home from her mom's barbecue or whatever, finds out I took the computer, and then I have a key lock doorknob, and goes into the washroom, which is by the front room, by the front door, where the circuit breaker is, and shuts off all the power to my room. I'm like, okay. It's not heavy. 7 months in a row. Resub for Squidlord being back. You were the shiniest Squidling. Thank you for your continued support. So, I committed freedom heresy by streaming on the 4th of July. Whatever. So that's what that stream ended very abruptly. And then she pretty much immediately called the police. I was like, alright, this is annoying, but whatever, I'll talk to the police. I mean, the police are not going to tell me I've done anything wrong. So I'm like, sure, call the police. So, generally, in a domestic disagreement with the police that are involved, it's best that you separate, just so the police don't have to think this is all sketchy and whatnot. And since she was just wanted to sit in the living room and find a circuit breaker, so if I went back in my room, she'd make sure I didn't have power. I just went outside, and I was just like, fuck it, fine, I'll go outside, you stay in here. Cops will show up, whatever. So, police show up. And, I tell them what happened. I tell them the basics. And the officer's pretty understanding. She's like, yeah, I mean, it's not, you're on the lease, it's not illegal to go in a room. There's nothing illegal about that. And it's clearly your computer. And it told me something I didn't actually know, which is, I understand now, this exact situation is why legally this exists. Even if you do, like, say I had, for her birthday, just been like, bam, that computer's yours now. I am giving it to you, you own it. It's still legally mine, because I paid for it, and I have all the receipts and proof of purchases and whatnot for it. And unless I, like, sign something that says it's hers, it's still legally mine. So, I mean, the reason that law exists is exactly this situation, because it's literally he said, she said. She says I gave it to her, and it's hers, because I've been letting her use it. And I'm like, I'm just letting her use it. Police are like, it doesn't matter. It's his regardless. Shut up. So yeah, I mean, that was a completely fruitless adventure. Police leave. And unfortunately, I ask him, like, alright, she just shut the power off on me. The circuit breaker is outside of my room. I can't do anything about that. Is there literally anything I can do about this? And again, unfortunately, we are in an apartment with both of our names on the lease, so no, there's not really anything I can do about that. So that was the point where I tweeted, well, I guess I'm not streaming for a while. Because when I go back inside, Starby's actually obviously furious that their tantrum didn't get her a free computer. And tells me to my face, if you go live, I'm shutting your power off. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. I'm gonna get out of here as soon as I can. And that's about the time I get in contact with Joe and Des. And I'm like, hey. It's like not a thing we were planning on doing. Maybe moving into an apartment like the end of July. What if we did that way sooner than the end of July? Because I am in hell. And fortunately, I'm here, so they were very accommodating, and I really do have Joe and Des to thank for not still being stuck in Florida until like the 28th or something, or trying to figure out a way to afford passage back to Idaho. So that's phase one. That's day one of the Majora's Mask cycle. That's where we're at. I can't stream because she'll shut my power off. I have my computer, I have all my stuff, but there's nothing I can really do. So, throwing a tantrum, I shouldn't say that. I'm trying not to, like, I'm getting mad again just thinking about this whole scenario. I'm trying not to, like, call names and shit. So what she does, let me explain to you. Let's pause right there at the end of day one. Have a little bit of a flashback. And we're gonna go ahead and jump back to the entire time we've lived in this apartment in Florida, so like a year ago. Obviously, my job is this. I can do this anywhere. It's one of the great advantages of streaming, is if I move or relocate, I still have this job that moves with me. Starby was not in a similar situation. And she worked at the time at Target. And she did have a way to internally transfer to the Target in Florida where we lived. We moved to Florida. You're gonna notice a recurring theme here of Starby not getting along with people. We moved to Florida. She starts working at this Target. She works there for like a month before she ends up quitting because she can't get along. She's having problems with the other people that work there and she can't get along. So I was like, alright, that's fine. I mean, I don't make a crap ton of money, but I make enough to cover all the expenses here for a couple of months if I have to. That's fine. You can find another job. I can coast this for a bit. So, I start paying the phone bill and the rent, and she uses her savings to pay power and internet. She finds another job. Works there for maybe a month before she quits because of disagreements with her coworkers and she can't get along. So she goes to work at another job. There's maybe 2 weeks before she quits because of disagreements with her coworkers and she just can't get along. She finds a fourth job, works there for 2 weeks before she quits because of disagreements with her coworkers and she just can't get along. And so at this point, that's taken us over the better part of a year there. Just poking into jobs for like a week or two at a time before she just quits because, yeah, she turns out she doesn't get along with people very well. And at this point, she's out of money, she has no income. I'm paying everything. I'm paying all of our bills and our rent. And then, you're probably wondering how this is relevant, and not just smearing. The relevancy is, I have been paying for everything, for the majority of the year we lived there. But, here's the kicker. I have no credit. The reason being, things like paying all bills on time, having what's getting close to a 10-year renting history, owning a cell phone, which I pay regularly. None of this builds credit because I have realized in the last year that credit is not actually a thing that is meant to be beneficial. Credit is bank bait that is meant to force you to get a credit card so they can have your money. And I realize this now because I was young and naive up until a year or two ago and thought credit was a thing that you built up by, paying bills on time and being an adult. No, you build it up by giving banks your money. And that's it. That's literally the only thing that builds credit. I don't have any credit. I only have a debit card. So I have no credit. So, Starby does have credit. Starby has pretty alright credit, because she does have a credit card. And, when we moved here, because Starby has credit, she opened all the accounts. So my name is on the lease, because I live there. But my name is not on anything else. So, legally, she changes the Wi-Fi password and takes the router. She shuts my phone off. Because those things are in her name. And although she has never paid a cent on that phone account in her life, and she has not paid a cent towards that internet in months, it's in her name. I'll chalk that one up to a life lesson. I learned a very valuable life lesson. Don't fucking not have your name on shit. Unless you're gonna have a literal... If you think I'm not literally... I mean, this sounds shitty, but I hope it's understandable given the situation. If you think Mijo and Dez are not writing up a physical written contract about things like the rent, the deposit, the power and internet and everything before you move in together, you are wrong. Because I have learned a life lesson, and I'm not gonna fucking have this happen again. And it's not that I don't trust them specifically. Obviously, let me stay in their house. I'm staying under their roof. It's just that I don't trust anybody anymore because everything is stuff and life is shit. So, she shuts my internet off. All I have is my phone. I hook my phone up on hotspot to my computer because, the only way I have to contact people, like you guys, and let you know what's going on. And you know, try to find an apartment and whatnot is through my phone. So she shuts my phone off because, surprise, I ran out of data because it was my only source of internet. So I'm sitting here. We're still in day 1. I think this is day 2, actually, when she shut the phone off. So we're sitting here in day 2. I don't have the internet. I don't have a phone. I don't have a car, because you may recall, that was destroyed almost immediately upon moving in with Starby. And I have been very reliant on her car that she spent the majority of our relationship maintaining was our car, and that I would have full access to whenever. Oh, guess what? That stopped real quick. So, I have no car, I have no phone, I have no internet. I have no way to contact anybody who's not in my apartment. So I'm like, well, guess I'm walking. So, because turns out deactivated phones will still work on Wi-Fi. So I just have to leave the apartment and walk until I find a place that has free Wi-Fi, which fortunately wasn't that far away. Walked down to the nearest Publix, and they had a barbershop right next door, so I got a haircut. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do something nice. I'm gonna get a goddamn haircut and not hate my life for 10 minutes. Got a haircut, went to the Publix, got on the Wi-Fi, called Zindern, called my dad. I think that was the first point I called you, I think, was after...
No, you called me.
No, I called you before I lost the phone.
Yeah, you called me before you...
I called you at first cop contact, was when I called you.
Before that, actually. You called me before your stream.
Oh, yeah, it was actually before the Tuesday stream, because he was already throwing it. Oh, because before everything to the fan.
Yeah,
So
and then you contacted me on first cop.
Yeah, somewhere in there, I called Zindern and explained the situation to him. I called my dad, because I was like, I don't know, Dad, what the fuck do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is very dramatically out of my element. So, I used Publix's Wi-Fi to get an Uber to the Verizon store. Just open a new account and get a brand new phone with a new number. The first time I've ever in my life, I've had the same number for my entire life. When I got a phone, I was 16. And I'll tell you this number now because it's dead. I had 208-406-1111 with a stick on the end, which is a 7. And I love that number. And that is gone forever. Because she, you know, in just the height of pettiness, not only wouldn't release the number to me, just, you know, literally to be shitty, wouldn't let me keep the phone either. The phone, which by the way, was only halfway paid off. So let's keep score here. She still has to pay for a year of that phone. She's willing to do that somehow with no income just to be petty. Whatever, I have a new phone. And a new number, which isn't as cool as my old number, but is still okay. It's still kind of cool. But press F for number, Reginald. So still, I mean, I can at least know, like, lol, you're paying for that for a year, whatever. She'll probably just give it to somebody and have them pay her whatever she's gonna do with it, I don't know. But point is, I got a new phone, at least I have phone again now. And extremely conveniently, guess what Verizon just adopted within the last couple months? Unlimited data. Welcome to 2006, Verizon. We're glad to have you. So, I now have a phone with unlimited data, which I can unlimitedly hotspot onto my computer. So some of you might have been wondering later in the week why I still wasn't streaming. Well, A, she'll still turn the circuit breaker off, and B, even after the later event that I'm getting to, I can't stream on Verizon Hotspot. Like, I'm sorry. It's okay. It lets me get on the internet. I played League of Legends on it relatively okay, but like I couldn't even watch streams. It doesn't have. It's not
for lack of trying.
I did. I watched some 480 fucking pause and reload every 2-minute streams, but like I can't even consistently watch more than 480p streams. So I was like, there's no way I can stream on this. Like, I have internet. They do have unlimited hotspot. They just throttle you after 10 gigs, which Reminds me, I need to switch that plan off because I obviously don't want that plan anymore. I only have the unlimited for that exact reason. So this gets me back online, which means at least I can talk to people. At least I can tell you guys what's going on. And I believe that's the point where I started telling the story. Because, I mean, Starby blocked me on Twitter pretty much immediately. But turns out I have friends, and you can't block all of them. Also, I can just log out of Twitter and look at your timeline. Spoiler. So, I know she's throwing a fit and saying, "Hey, steal my computer!" and just all this shit. So I was like, alright.
Today I learned you can break into another person's room and steal a computer that he gave you.
Yeah, just like, shut up. So,
oh my fucking god.
So, I mean, that was the point where I was like, damn it, I don't want to just, like, Chad doesn't care. Chad wants to see me die in Crash Bandicoot 17 times. 1,700 times. Like, they don't want to hear this personal bullshit. And I was like, well, I guess I actually have to tell something. So that was when I tweeted out the basics of the story. Just because I had to, more or less. And I mean, I know you guys do care. I know there are a lot of you in here who really do care. And I really appreciate how dedicated you guys are. It means a shitload to me how much support you guys gave me over those couple days through Twitter and through Discord and everything. Because it was a lot of support. And believe it or not, I was not having a fantastic time during that week. So it was very much appreciated. So I get this phone, and I come home to find, guess what's gone again? Stuff out of my room. Because while I was at the Verizon store, because I had to walk and or Uber, so she knew it was going to be a while, she took the opportunity to call the police while I wasn't there to defend myself. Tell them I'm not really sure what she told them, honestly, but it was enough for them to confiscate my shotgun shells. So, I mean, at least they didn't give her the gun, but they did take all of my ammo. Which, I mean, whatever, normally I'm just like, I mean, I literally have this shotgun in case Florida Man kicks down the front door in a meth-fueled rage and tries to stab me to death. So, I'm not particularly broken up about losing the shells out of my shotgun. I am still to this day curious on what grounds they confiscated my ammo, but whatever. But the problem right now is I think there is a decent chance the crazy Florida woman is gonna cook my door down and stab me to death. And like I said, I don't want to, like, I really don't want to do any more, like, name calling or anything that I have to for, like, the purposes of the story itself and for you understanding what I'm going through here, but Starby's fucking crazy, and I don't want to die, and I don't know what she's gonna do, and I really didn't want to have my door kicked down and get stabbed to death, so I, for the better part of this, did have my shotgun loaded on my bed next to me. You know, just in case a crazy woman came in with a knife. So, like, well, this sucks, but I mean, she's a small woman. If she comes in here, I'll hit her with the shotgun. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can use the unloaded shotgun to defend myself perfectly well.
Barrel. Oh, man.
She can have a knife. My reach is still about 3 feet longer than hers, so, like, hopefully I'll be okay. But it's like, whatever. You called the cops when I wasn't here. Congratulations. And it scared me because, again, she's crazy, and I was somewhat concerned that she was gonna snap. Especially when she was, like, doing all this stuff just to hurt me. Like, taking the internet. The internet does not cost you anymore whether or not I have it. She took the internet specifically to hurt me. And she said she's gonna shut the power off if I'm streaming just to hurt me. So she is, at this point, demonstratively doing things just to hurt me. And as she gets more and more mad that this isn't going her way, I don't know what she's gonna do. So I was legitimately kind of worried for a while there. Like I told Zinder, and Zinder can tell you, I was not okay for a minute there.
No.
And then when you have on top of that, she takes the opportunity of me being out of the apartment to call the cops just to have them take the ammo out of my gun. Why are you going to do that? Like, why Why does it concern you that my gun is loaded? If you're not planning to kick the door down and stab me to death and are worried that maybe I'll shoot you first, why else is it a problem that I have shells for my gun? So, I mean, I'm a little more worried after that point. Because that's the first thing that pops in my house. Like, oh fucking Jesus, she's actually gonna murder me. Like, I'm gonna die. This is like... this is how I die. But, you know, lacking a whole lot of anything else to do, I go back to just doing my regular. Sitting there on my computer, logging into MXM and PvEing because I have Verizon hotspot. I don't want them hot login rewards. And it occurs to me, I'm really hungry because I haven't really eaten in 2 or 3 days. Because I don't want to leave my bedroom because of A, the aforementioned I don't want to die, and B, I don't know what, she's crazy and I really just don't want to interact with her anymore and I have to. So, like, and after all, and the crazy amount of stress and everything, I just wasn't hungry. Like, I just couldn't really eat. So, it finally started hitting me. I'm actually hungry. So I poked my eye out of my room. And, well, she's in her room. If I'm real fast, I can make mac and cheese. So I go to the kitchen and start making me some mac and cheese. Because in my time of need, I'm going to return to my first love. And I'm going to shovel that fucking yellow Kraft pasta into my mouth until happiness takes over my body. So, fuck it, I'm making some mac and cheese. Like, let's be real.
Mac and cheese real fast.
Did you? Fuck this. I'm making some mac and cheese. So I'll make some goddamn mac and cheese. So, you'll recall previously in the story, I explained how everything is in Starby's name. I made mac and cheese. And near the end of my mac and cheese making, Starby comes out of her room. I'm like, fucking damn it. And she'd poked her head out once before near the beginning of this. Like, before the cops had ever been called once when I was making food, just turned around, went back inside, and elected to wait till I was done making food. I was, you know, I had a brief moment of hope. Maybe she'll just go back in her room and not come talk to me. Nope. She's coming. I'm like, alright, well, good news. Mac and cheese is almost done. But it's not completely done yet, and I'm not going to abandon my mac and cheese in its time of need. It's here for me. I'm going to be here for it. I'm finishing this shit.
You're gonna die face down in that pot of the stuff.
If I get stabbed, I get stabbed. I'm going to die eating mac and cheese. So, I finish up making my mac and cheese while she comes out and starts talking to me. And she's talking. The first thing out of her mouth is, hey, the power and internet bills are overdue. I used your bank account to pay for them. I was like, you're shitting me. Let me get this straight. You used my account to pay the internet you're not letting me use. And you are telling me this with a straight face, expecting to not get beaten to death. And as the story continues, you will realize she actually was very much expecting to get beaten to death. That was actually the main goal of the event here. But, like, well, good news. I have this bank in Idaho that I've never changed because they are a completely awesome bank, and I love them. And although I don't have physical access to that bank anymore, because it's in Idaho, I don't use 2017, and who the fuck uses cash? But this is one of those things they'll help me with. So I tell her, like, I'm gonna cancel that transaction. You are literally insane if you think I'm not gonna cancel that transaction for fraud. Like, you're actually crazy if you think I'm gonna let that payment go through. So, she's like, okay, you can do that. But, and here comes the wordplay time. She starts trying to talk in a circle. And talking about how I've been paying everything the whole time I'm here. I've been paying the rent, I've been paying the power and the internet, and I'm like, yeah, obviously I'm not anymore. I mean, duh. Like, why would I? It's in your name. You made this very clear. This is the downside of that, you fuckface. You gotta pay for it now. Conveniently, it's past due because I forgot to pay it last month because I'm a shitty adult. But that's not my problem anymore. But, I realized after a bit of circle talking here, she has her phone in her hand. I realized what she's doing. She's trying to talk around the fact that I used to pay for everything, and that she has no job, and she is trying to get something recorded that she can use to force me to pay the rest of the bills. So I'm mad, obviously. Good news. Guess what's done? It's the mac and cheese. I'm out. So I take the mac and cheese. I'm like, bye. I'm not talking to you anymore. Fuck off. And I go in my room. I shut the door. And I'm in Discord with, I think, Zinder and Larken at the time, who I'm pretty sure I actually told you, if you don't hear from me in 15 minutes, she murdered me while I was making mac and cheese. So put my headset on. Good news, guys. I got mac and cheese. Power goes out. And I was like, well, it's Florida, so there's about a 10% chance the power just happened to go out right after I sat down when Starby's mad in the living room. But I'm a bet money. Were I a betting man, I would put my money on she flipped the circuit breaker. So, I ain't about to sit here and eat my mac and cheese in the darkness and just be sad. So, well, come on, mac and cheese. Go back to the living room. So I pick up my plate. Knock on the door, and yeah, she's standing by the washroom. And she shut the power off again. It's like, the fuck? And she says, I want to talk to you. I'm like, that's cool. I don't want to talk to you. And it turns out a conversation does require two people. So she says, alright, well, you go back in there. I'm just setting your power back off. And I was like, okay. So I walked in the living room, put mac and cheese down on the coffee table, go back into my dark bedroom, and I grabbed Strange Aeon's Book 4, and sit down on the couch. Alright. You gonna shut the living room power off? Because we can spend some quality time here. I'm not gonna talk to you, but well, there's plenty of couch. As long as you don't stab me to death. Welcome to sit here while I eat my mac and cheese and read some Pathfinder. And prepare for our next session, which still, to this day, has not happened yet. Good news, I'm real prepared. Bad news, I'm really not. I have spent 0 time studying Pathfinder. So, I was thinking small. Now, this is the part where it gets into conjecture. Because I might be wrong. But I was thinking too small. She came out recording me, trying to talk me into something to pay her bills, and I thought that was the end of it. I don't think that's what she was after. Because there's basically, unless she somehow tricked me into saying, I, Squiddish's real name, agree to pay the rest of your stupid-ass bills in this apartment with my shekels on this day, whatever day it is. There's nothing she can have that's going to be, like, admissible in court that isn't just, like, look at the recording. She's obviously just trying to trick me into saying something, and the judge is like, yeah, this is dumb, go away. So, there's nothing she could possibly get. So, I don't think that's actually her game. And she came out leading. She didn't come out leading with, I need you to pay this. She came out leading with, I just used your bank account to pay $300 in bills. And then shut the power off and I went and talked to her. I was thinking really small here. She's trying to make me mad, is what she wants. I made a joke at the beginning of this. You're gonna come out here and say that to my face and expect to not get beaten to death. No, that's literally, I think, my theory, that's exactly what she wanted. So, she's got the power shut off. And she's standing in front of the washroom door where the circuit breaker is. And she has the door shut. She has literally a hand on the doorknob, blocking it. And so at this point, starts yelling about the bills again. And she says, she says, Starby, the human, says to me, I just want to have a conversation with you. It would be great if you could stop acting so immature. Okay. I'm mad. You did it. Mission accomplished. I'm mad now. You have successfully pissed me off.
You're goddamn right, I'm mad.
You're goddamn right, I'm mad. So, I stand up, and I walk over to the washroom door. I'm like, I'm turning the power back on. I'm gonna go sit in my room, and you are gonna leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to talk to you. You are insane. Get out of my life. He says, no, I'm not moving till we have this conversation. So, and here's the part where I failed to see the forest for the trees. And in this moment, I did not see the long game. Like I said, you stand there with a hand on the knob. I put my hand on her hand and turn the knob. And you could hear the heavenly fucking chorus play in her head as the shit-eating grin just exploded across her face when I touched her hand. I kind of realized immediately. I have been outplayed. Congratulations. You did it. I have, by the dictionary definition, laid a hand on you. I literally laid my hand on your hand. Got him. So, here's the thing. As soon as I touch her, at that moment I knew I fucked up. She moves in front of me, like physically, in between me and the door, trying to get up in my face, because I touched her, but she knows I'm mad now, and she knows that is wispy evidence at best. And she wants me to get more mad. And I'm just like, no. Nope, I'm done. I pull my hand back. I'm like, I'm done. So she picks up her phone. She's like, I'm calling the police. I know you are. I know you're calling the police. And so, for the first time the police showed up, when I was there. Yeah, this is raise your squid baits and trap it. I got baited. Squid baits if you got them, jabaited if you don't. The first set of police that showed up, when they talked to me outside, they're like, look, you haven't done anything wrong, but you need to defuse this. Because all she has to do in Florida, in the state of Florida, all she's got to do is call us and say you got physical with her, and we're taking you to jail. Like, we can't not act on that for safety reasons. Like, we literally have to act on that. I was like, all right. I'll do my best. I'm assuming they told her that too, and that's why this happened. But, so I know from the previous cops I talked to, guess who's going to jail? It's this guy. So, she calls dispatch, and she goes outside. And she goes outside, and she goes all the way down out to the parking lot. And waits for the police. And I'm just like, well, bad news. I'm going to jail. Good news. Guess who finally gets to eat his mac and cheese? It's this guy. So, I pick my mac and cheese up, put it on the kitchen counter. Like, well, I'm going to enjoy this last plate of fucking mac and cheese before I go to jail for the night. I'll eat me some mac and cheese and be sad. And, the real victory. The cops take 10-15 minutes to show up because this is like the third or fourth time Starby has called the police in 2 or 3 days. And every previous event has been literally nothing happening. So even though she's claiming domestic violence, they're not super quick to respond to this. Which I realize shortly, we'll get there, is in my favor. The police show up. Sitting here eating my mac and cheese. Door opens. And the first set of cops that showed up, I mean, as soon as I saw them, I felt a little better. Because it was a little woman A little 5.5 foot tall, red-haired woman. Who's kind of chubby, kind of looks like a happy little gnome. And a dude who looked like he was in college. And there were some understanding copperinos. I got Skywin showing up the first time she called the police. But they were very, very kind and understanding, and like there'd been no violence reported or anything, so they were just like in a good mood. And they're like, yeah, I mean, this is probably the easiest fucking thing. It was the 4th of July. This is probably the easiest call they were gonna get all day, and it was great. The front door opens, and it stuffs like 2 people you'd see on fucking Cops at 2 in the morning on Fox 7. I'm like, fuck. You got Buzzcut, I'm gonna call this big military-looking dude. And, damn you, political correctness. I don't know how to describe this guy without sounding racist. And just, I guess, kind of a similar-looking, like, curly-haired, large black guy is the second cop. And I look at him walk in, I'm just like, fuck. Like, cool.
It's over for me.
It's over, boys. But I mean, it's...
Yeah, chat.
I just read checking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they walk in, and Buzzcut comes in first, and I need a better name. It was Chad crowdsourcing a name for
Luke Cage. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Luke Cage, Buzzcut, and Luke Cage. I was like, crowdsourcing a name for the second cop. It's not Black Cop, so like, Luke Cage will do. So we got Buzzcut and Luke Cage. All right. So Buzzcut and Luke Cage come in, and Buzzcut steps in first. He steps in. He's like, "Is that him?" Starby's like, "Yeah, it's him." I was like, "Hey guys, I'm sitting here at the counter, fucking sad." I mean, let's set the scene here. I'm a bitch-ass white dude who's talked to the cops a grand total of 1 other time in his life, and that was 2 days ago. 1 more time before that, but that was still in high school. But this is not my area of expertise. You may not be able to assume this from looking at my extremely manly presence on stream. I'm a bit of a bitch. I'm sitting here trying not to cry to my fucking mac and cheese like a goddamn bitch. I'm just fucking sitting here picking up my mac and cheese. Like, hey guys. And I'm a noodle person. I'm a white dude that doesn't do nothing wrong. Like, jaywalking is the pinnacle of my criminal history. So, this guy comes in for a domestic violence claim. And I'm like, hey guys.
You're sitting here fucking
It's
mac and
me.
cheese.
And so they come in and start. Oh, it's funny. And start. Oh, I'm glad I can make a story entertaining now at least. And Starby comes in, and they're like, "Can you step outside, sir, so we can talk to you?" I'm like, yeah. So I leave my mac and cheese on the counter to be sad and alone. I'm sorry, I couldn't eat much of it. I was really fucking upset. I know, it's finally happened. The fun police have come for me IRL. It's finally happening.
Dude, they got you on those cutscene charges on PS4 games.
Man, yeah. So I step outside. I've only briefly interacted with the fun police before. And that was when I found out the last time I talked to the fun police, I'm pretty sure it's the time I found out that soul matching an item in Nio is 19 times more expensive. It's not literally the same name. So I couldn't fucking progress my goddamn gear. It was a little more serious than that. So, step outside. And so, Buzzcut tells me, alright, so what's happening? And so I'm like, trying to fucking compose myself here. So I tell him, alright, hey, like, I don't want to waste a bunch of people's time. I know from the last cops I talked to, you guys have to take me, because she called domestic violence. Like, I know what I say doesn't really matter that much. So, I mean, I'm in the just bite the bullet mode. And I'm just like, so if you guys just gotta take me, I mean, just can we just, I know what's gotta happen. Like, let's just go. And so, the dude just kind of shakes his head, and Luke Cage says to me, I don't have to do anything. I don't see any evidence that a crime is taking place here. He's like, I don't gotta do nothing. Is that what they told her last time? And I see it. I see it. In the distance. Above Luke Cage's head. A brief glimmer of hope. Just flashes before my eyes.
Just a tiny halo.
It's that tiny little hint. That this might not be the most horrible thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm like, that's what they told me. I said, they told me I need to be really conscious to like de-escalate, because if she calls you guys and says I touched her, I'm going to jail. Like, you guys have to act on that. So then, Luke Cage kind of shakes his head, Buzzcut shakes his head. Buzzcut's I was like, nah. I mean, if I don't have any reason to believe that there's a dangerous situation here, there's no reason for me to take anybody. So I just tell you what happened. So it's like, oh, okay, awesome, I can do that. So I explain what happened. I'm making my mac and cheese, and she comes out with the phone in her hand, trying to talk circles around me, trying to get me to agree to pay a bunch of her bills. And this is the first time she's called the cops over here in the last couple of days. And she's been trying to get something to stick to me since like Monday or Tuesday. And I don't want to talk to her anymore. So I go in my room and I sit down and I was really, really shook up at the time. So like I was not very cohesive in telling the story, honestly. I was very like kind of jumping, it was all over the place. It was not a great story. I did not tell a great story. And at one point, I got real upset. And I diverted because Starby had gotten health insurance, specifically go to a doctor and get some pills for some stuff. So I mean, at one part, I was just like, she's been trying to make stuff stick to me since Monday. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I've lived with her for a year. She is crazy. She is not in her right mind. I don't know if she's off her pills or what the hell's going on. I'm telling this to the cop. I don't know what's wrong with her. And so Buzzcut's like, so why are you still here, man? Why didn't you get out of here? I'm like, I have no family here. I have no family, I have no friends, I have nowhere else to go. That's just like, you can get a hotel. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I could, I can, but I mean, I'm trying to move and I'm not great for money right now. He's like, so you'd rather stay here and possibly go to jail than go to a hotel for the night? I'm like, okay, I get your point, Buzzcut, thank you. Is there a hotel within walking distance of here? Because I don't have a car. At that point, Buzzcut's like, alright, fair point. And so I tell him, the first time the cops showed up with the whole computer thing, her mom offered her a place to stay, and she wouldn't take it. Like, she's got her mom here, she's got her sister here, she's got all sorts of places she can go, she's got a car, I ain't got shit. I have nowhere I can go. I am stuck here. Like, I'm completely stuck here. There's no fucking place I can go in Florida. I know her and her family. So, Luke Cage, at that point, because this is like the 6th diversion from trying to tell him what happened. He's like, all right, we'll go inside. Why don't you just walk me through what happened? I was like, okay, cool. That's easier. I was like, good cop training, Luke Cage. Give me something to focus myself. Let me physically walk through what happened. So, we go inside. She's sitting on the couch, waiting, being all smug. And I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna walk in the kitchen. I was like, I'm in the kitchen, making mac and cheese. And she comes out, talking circles, trying to get me to agree to pay bills. And I didn't want to talk to her anymore. So I walked past the door to my bedroom. And as I'm walking to my bedroom, I see the bedroom light under the door. I was like, thank you for turning my circuit breaker back on. I appreciate it. I go into the room, lights are on. And so it's like, so I came down and sat in here with my mac and cheese. And I came in, I sat down to talk to my friends. And that's when I noticed it. I see it in the distance. I see it again. Second faint glimmer of hope.
Slightly bigger this time.
My room contains supporting evidence to my story. Because my lights are on. Guess what's not on? And guess what, as soon as it's turned on, is gonna pop up the Windows did not shut down properly message. It's my computer. If you're really, really bad at computers, it's my computer. So I tell him, computer was on. I know that's not evidence by itself. But I sit down, and she goes in the washroom and shuts the circuit breaker off on me. I mean, I promise you, I never turn this computer off. Let's be real. I don't turn this thing off ever. So, I'm like, okay. I go back in the living room. And at this point, I didn't remember the exact... I still don't, obviously. I didn't remember. It was kind of like... I sort of went into, like, fucking blind rage mode. But fortunately, as a fucking skinny white dude, my blind rage mode isn't attack Starby. It's just be mad. But I went to, you know, that kind of like, you ever been real fucking mad and later you actually don't remember exactly what you said and like exactly what happened because you were just so mad that you don't really remember it. I don't remember the specifics of the interaction after that. I know I said some stuff to her, she said some stuff. I went in my room, got the book, sat on the couch with my mac and cheese. We said some more shit. I got up and walked over to the door. And I told the cops, like, she's standing here, and I walked up, I was like, she's physically standing right here with her hand on the doorknob, physically stopping me from entering. And I got mad, and I put my hand in her hand, and tried to turn the knob. And she called you guys almost immediately. I said, what kind of knob? They're like, okay, that's fair. And as I'm walking them through this, I'm still real upset. So while I'm saying this, I said what I said. I said she came out with her phone in her hand, trying to talk circles around me. And she was, I don't know if she was doing this to try and get something. Like I said, I don't know if she's out for pills or whatever. Like, she's not normally like this. I don't know what's going on, but I know I touched her, and I know that's not okay. And she's on the couch, she just looks at me, and she, fucking Gaslighters Anonymous says, is that how you think I think? Like, yes, that's how I think you think! I don't know, I don't know how you think! You're fucking crazy! Like, you're not normally like this! I don't know what's wrong with you! So, the cops are like, okay. So Luke Cage steps up to the plate first. He's like, alright. I'm gonna be Captain Obvious here for a second. Words out of his mouth that he said. I don't think he did anything to you. I believe him. I was just in that room's nerd, or that guy's room. This man is a nerd. He is a gamer. I believe him. He did not turn his computer off. So that's because you shut the circuit breaker off, isn't it? And she's like, I'm not denying I turned the circuit breaker off. So Buzzcut's like, that's the instigator. That's the incident right there. You shut the circuit breaker off, and you forced a confrontation. And she's sitting on the couch. She's like, I want to have a conversation with you. And Buzzcut, he doesn't want it. He doesn't have to have a conversation with you. He does not owe you that. If he doesn't want to talk to you, he doesn't have to talk to you. And I see it in the distance. The glimmer of hope is exploding into a glorious flare of light. As these cops are not idiots. And they can actually see exactly what happened. And so Luke Cage continues. He says, I believe him. You stood in front of the door with your hand on the knob like that. And he touched you, but you instigated that. You started that confrontation. So that is on you. And when he was talking, he's saying, I don't remember exactly what he said. He said something like, I gotta come down here now at flipping 3 in the morning. Like, he's trying not to swear at her. This dude is mad. Like, Luke Cage is done with her bullshit right now. I don't know if he has been through a similar situation, or if he's, like, seen this enough times. Like, Luke Cage is pissed. Like, he is so mad that he has to come deal with this right now. So, he's talking. Not going great for Starby. Obviously. Because, I mean, you've heard the story. It's not great in Starby's favor. So, they're talking for a bit. They're talking to her. And at some point in this, Buzzcut says are you taking your medication? And Starby's like, what? What are you talking about? And he says, do you take pills? Are you supposed to be taking pills? And then, if there was a point in this conversation where the Final Fantasy victory music would play, it would be after the next thing out of Starby's mouth. Starby looks confused, looks at me, mad, looks at Buzzcut, and says to the police officer she called, I don't think that's any of your business.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Winner! So it proceeds to go downhill from there because Starvey gets really upset and doesn't know how to handle this, as this turns on her very, very quickly. And she doesn't know how to handle it, so she starts scrambling and saying dumb shit that I don't think she meant to say, but it's like, it's shit. It's shit that happened. You probably shouldn't have phrased it like that, because, I mean, that's how it actually happened, and that's not good for you. But, the Golden Sun title theme starts up. The buzz cut goes in her room, finds a bottle of pills on the ground, and finds her prescription that she got. He's like, what's this for? She's like, I have mild depression. And I was like, yeah, I fucking thought that too! Until now! But, he looks at the bottle. Let's recap. It's July 6th or 7th. Looks at the bottle. 30-day supply. Issued May 1st. About half full. I mean, he's a beat cop, he's not a detective or anything, but I mean, I'll give him, he got this one. You haven't been taking your pills. What the? He did put that one together. So, it's like, I don't think you haven't been taking these, have you? I'm like, I don't know if that's just, okay, well, this is a new thing. Any of you guys who deal with depression might actually know. Legitimately, even if she does just take those pills for depression, and depression's a very mental thing, and if it's something that has to be addressed with like actual medication and chemicals and whatnot, and the point of those is to change the chemical balance in your brain. So you really do just have depression. You take some pills to deal with it. Those pills alter your chemical balance. Altering your chemical balance changes your biological chemical balance, because your brain's not dumb. It knows it's doing something different because of these pills, so it's gonna act differently. Because the pill, it's like, oh, the pills are filling in. I don't need to produce this anymore as much because they're taking these. So when you stop taking them,
Serotonin, to be exact.
Yeah, your chemical balance, your serotonin levels and everything, they're way more fucked up than they would be if you never would have taken the pills in the first place. Because now not only do you not have that pill replacement, your brain is also acting differently because it's now acclimated to having those pills supplementing it. So, I mean, maybe that's why she went crazy. Maybe it's because she wasn't taking her pills. I don't know. I don't know the why. I'm not here to speculate. I'm here to tell you the story. So, the cop gets the gold. Luke Cage says, he's here for you. He don't know nobody in town. You and your family, he ain't got a car. Your mom's got a place you can stay. You refuse to leave because you're being petty. Words out of his mouth. And she says something. And he says, like, I believe you're doing all this. You've called dispatch countless times. I have the call screen. I can get out there and look at that call screen. I might have a whole load of other frivolous calls at this address, and they're all from you, aren't they? And he's like, you got a place you can go. You need to get out of this situation. And he's like, you're just trying to call us. You know nothing happened. You told us. You came out on the porch to meet us first to try and get your story in, telling us you're scared. And she's like, I didn't say I was scared. Buzz Cop's like, that's the first thing out of your mouth we pulled up. Because you were scared and you thought he was going to hurt you. I was like, thank you, fucking Jesus. I mean, I don't believe in you, but thank you. You might be real after this.
The moment's right.
And, he tells you, you need to get out of here. You just doing this, you called us because you want him to go to jail. And you're using this to try to control him. And, she's like, I can't leave because my mom has 5 dogs, there's no room for my cats. And I'm just like, I will watch your cats! And as soon as they start talking, she's like, she points at me and says, shut up. So Luke Cage is like, you trying to control him right now in front of my face! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! I'm like, oh my god. Thank you.
And each time that melody plays, it's just louder.
That's just like blaring in my ears at this point. Like, I'm watching the XP game scroll. I'm just watching the ticker now. Apparently Gil that I'm getting, because we're going with the Final Fantasy theme here. But, And so she tries, like, I can't leave me, he kicks my cats. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, the cats are currently hiding under the couch because they're afraid of the large policemen in our living room, but you bring that fucking cat out here and you see if it looks like I beat it. Like, I mean, come on. So, she tries to use the cats as an excuse why she can't leave. Like, I can't stay there. You have 5 dogs. That's the law. I'm like, what's the law? You can't have more than 5 dogs. Like, I don't know about that law. And she's like, that's why I couldn't bring him in the first place to talk to them. That's why my mom offered me, but I couldn't go over there because they have 5 dogs. You can't have more than 5 animals. He's like, well, guess what? It's 3:30 in the goddamn morning. Sun's gonna be up in a couple of hours. You got a kennel right there. You keep cats in the cargo holding planes longer than that, they'll be fine. And the cops kicked Starby out of the apartment. After like 20 more minutes of her trying to backpedal out of it, she's finally like, alright, fine, I'll leave. Buzzcut's like, alright, or Buzzcut says, alright, fine. We'll walk you out. We're here. Get what you need. He turns to me. He's like, you know how you can prevent this, right? He's like, become a nun and swear off sex forever? And he's like, record everything. You got it? Record everything. Keep yourself safe. He's like, I'll do that. Thank you. Fortunately, I never had to speak with her again. But, the police kick her. So just to recap, in Florida, a domestic violence disturbance was called on a male, and the police kicked the female out of the apartment. That level is where we were at. And I never had to talk to her again, fortunately. Because she left. She came back in with her mom the next day and the day after for a few hours just to pack up and get her stuff out, but she didn't stay there anymore. After she took her cats out, she didn't live in the apartment anymore. She stayed with her mom, or I don't know where she stayed. I don't care where she stayed. She didn't stay in the apartment anymore. So I saw her like in passing, packing 1 or 2 more times, but she was gone. And at that point, had I still had the internet, I could have resumed streaming, but again, I just had hotspot on my phone. And then the following Monday, because all the RNG in my life has been building up to this moment and getting me through a domestic violence call without immediately just being arrested for possession of penis. So, I'll take it, RNG. I will make that trade with you. I appreciate it. You got my back. Watch out for me in my time of need. But then Joe and Dez, fortunately, Joe was able to get a couple days off of work. And we figured out how to get him down here. And the earliest they could get down was the Monday after that. So I walked like 1.5 miles. It was like 3 miles. I walked like 3.5 miles to Home Depot. Bought a bunch of boxes. Back to the apartment. Packed up most of my shit. Joe and Des showed up Monday night. And it's been pretty good times ever since, honestly. We got everything packed and loaded up. We ended up leaving until fairly late on Tuesday. Loaded all my shit in a U-Haul. I feel like everybody has at least 1 or 2 of these in their life. I had that dawning, I'm an adult moment, when I got a 15-foot U-Haul, which is real big. It's the medium-sized truck, and had it back to door, full of my shit. I was like looking at a 15-foot U-Haul, completely full of stuff I own, and I'm like, damn, I'm an adult. I have a bunch of stuff. Because that's what makes you an adult, is owning stuff. And, moved up to my, here, for now, where I'm staying in Dez's parents' spare room, thankfully, because they are very nice people, and they have really agreed to let me stay here for a bit while we get something sorted out. Spent most of the day looking at houses for rent and apartments and putting in a couple applications. So hopefully we should be able to get moved out and get back on our regular streaming schedule soon. So, questions? Anybody? Question and answer time? Where was the stolen checkbook and all this? Okay, so I'm going to point out a thing for anybody who's on the fence. Because all you guys on the outside, I know you're inclined.
I have the list here.
You're inclined to believe me because you like me. I know. You guys are here on my channel. You follow me. You're inclined to believe me because you're predisposed to believe what I say because, again, you like watching me talk about stuff. It's like what I do professionally. So, I know from the outside this really is a big he said, she said situation. Because if you didn't know me, you wouldn't look at Starby's Twitter, which says, my ex-boyfriend broke into my room and stole my computer. Donate to my Patreon. You'd be inclined to believe her too. But I'm going to point out a thing. Sitting you guys on the fence here. If you have been following this magical saga on Twitter since I've been forced to begin tweeting about it, if you look at my Twitter, you look at her Twitter, and you've been keeping up on them, you will notice one of us has deleted 0 tweets at any point that they've tweeted about the situation. And do you know why that is? It's because when you're just telling the truth, it's ridiculously easy to keep your story straight. Shocker, I know. I mean, I don't have to convince you guys. I'm just here to tell you because you guys wanted to hear the story. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I want to tell the story. Like, I do want to tell the story. I just also want to get back to just living life and doing what I do. But the stolen checkbook thing, that is the one thing. Again, I'm not going to delete it because I have told everything from my point of view as true as I can. I'm not going to delete the tweet. That is the one thing I have tweeted that might not be true. But I'm going to leave this to you guys to decide. When I went into Starby's room after the police kicked her out of the apartment to get my shotgun ammo, and because I now had a good opportunity to go get, like, whatever clothes were left in her closet and everything, and I just gathered whatever stuff I could and make sure, like, actually take time and get my stuff out of her room, not have any conflict with her further. I went in there, and I mean, the priority was the ammo. Because if we were to make, oh, here's what I could MS paint. If we were to make a graph of how afraid I was of being stabbed by a halfling over the course of the last week, it would peak very shortly after the cops kicked her out of the apartment. Because she'd already gone with what I still think, I mean, I'm not positive, but what I still believe the tactic is to make me mad and get me in jail for domestic violence. And that literally blew up in her face and got her kicked out of her own apartment. She's already willing to go to those lengths, and now she's had that blow up on her. And she's gonna be upset, she's gonna be mad, she's already fucking crazy, I don't know how she's gonna take that. I think that was the peak of my, I might get stabbed. Like, she might leave till the cops leave and then come back in and come to murder me. So I was like, I would now more than ever really like to have this ammunition. There was a drawer. I found it in a drawer. She had a small little, like, storage thingy in the corner of her room. And the bottom of that storage thingy in the bottom drawer was where she chose to hide the shotgun shells for me. Because she knows I can get into her room because I did it before to get the computer. So she put them there very specifically because that was where she thought would be the best to hide them from me. Why else would she put them there? Obviously not for access. She doesn't have the gun, she doesn't have the ammo. I own a dumpster pawn shop shotgun that I bought because I lived by myself in Utah, and to recap, I'm a bitch. I didn't want a crazy meth head to kick my door down and stab me to death. Or if he did, I at least wanted the opportunity to shoot him first. So, like, because I was living by myself in a studio apartment. Like, so she hid, they gave the shells to Starby. They didn't take them, they gave them to Starby. I literally don't know what brand. It's Pawn Shop $60 brand is the brand of shotgun. I don't fucking know. Like,
who the fuck cares?
It ain't got a name on it.
Fucking Americans.
Walmart brand bullet launcher. Like, it's... So anyway. I find the shells in this drawer where they were hidden. You know, I just realized it's possible she never called the cops that second time. She might have just taken all the ammo herself and hid it. I don't know. Because I've been thinking, what the fuck legal grounds have they had to take my shells away from me?
But didn't Luke Cage say they've had 3 calls?
He said they had a bunch of calls. He never said a number.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
To be fair, the only other call I know about was about the computer, so I mean, maybe she actually did. I mean, she's afraid enough of guns. I'm inclined to believe she would have called the police literally just to unload it for her. Anyway, so I go in there, and the shells are in the bottom drawer. Which again, she took them, the police gave them to her, and she put them in the place at her room. I mean, she's gonna put them in the place where I'm least likely to find them, because that's the goal, right? She doesn't want me to have the shotgun shells. That's why she called the police. which apparently is that drawer. Also in that drawer is one of my checkbooks. Now, admittedly, we did live together for a year, and before that was her bedroom, that was our bedroom, as evidenced by the bunch of my stuff still being in there that I hadn't bothered moving out or anything. Like my Pokemon Go cosplay from PAX was in the closet. Like, I mean, a bunch of my stuff's still in there because that was our room. It's possible that the checkbook was in there from some previous time I brought the checkbook in there or something. My computer has always been in the other room. But I mean, it's possible she took it in there, and it was still in there from when that was our room before. And she didn't, like, come steal it at a later occasion and try to squirrel it away. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna reserve judgment on that one. Between she literally used my account to try and pay her bills off, and she had it in the "this is where Squid won't find it" drawer with the shotgun shells. That's at least circumstantial evidence. But, to be fair, she might not have stolen my checkbook. I might have left it in there from before. That's possible. But again, I'm not going to delete that tweet because I told the story as I see it to the best of my knowledge. So, not going to do anything with that. Squid, you said she put a lock on your door after you got in your room. How did she get in? Well, here's the thing. The door is a piece of shit. Kind of like the lock. If your door and your frame is garbage, it actually doesn't matter what you put on the door because you can just push on it and it opens. And, I mean, I knew that. I was hoping she didn't know that. Because you do have to push on it pretty hard, but it sits in the frame shittily enough that you can open it without it actually unlatching if you push on it hard enough. So I'm guessing she tried to come force the lock, ended up pushing on it hard enough that it just opened. I was like, son of a fucking bitch. Which I did fix later. By reinforcing my door with pennies. Which is funny. I took what I don't know doorknob terminology. I'm not a doorknob engineer. But you know the doorknob is on the door. And on the door frame there's the little
doorknob engineer.
On the frame there's the little metal plate where the latchy part of the doorknob goes into. That metal platey part. I unscrewed that and stuck 3 pennies under it so it would stick out further. So the door couldn't be forced as easily. But I didn't do that till after she came to my room and got all the stuff or whatever. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. A door lock in an apartment is just a request to not intrude upon your privacy. Because if you want to get past a locked interior door in an apartment, I mean, I got into hers real easy. It's not difficult to do. Unless you literally, like, install a deadbolt. I wasn't about to put screw holes in the door that I'm immediately going to move out of.
Break the door down.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, touch it with a small amount of force and it will disintegrate because it's fucking cardboard and dreams. We were able to stop that transaction, by the way. Yes, I have canceled the transaction with the bills. Don't worry, I did cancel that.
Not an idiot.
Yeah, no, I canceled that. It was like $315 she tried to charge to me. I did cancel that. It's not my problem anymore. I'm not.
Also, can I make one point in terms of like the whole fence thing? Because regardless of where you are in the whole situation, I mean, you're in here, you're gonna believe Squid, so do I. Regardless of where you are, Squid did pay the bills for a year. That can be proven factually. You can show the lease. You can show receipts from.
If I wanted to release bank statements, yeah,
exactly.
I paid everything.
You could straight up just prove that. That is a provable fact. So regardless of if he gave the computer or not, he has paid a streaming computer like 3 times over the past year. It's fucking insanity.
Those double evidence single sheet of plywood pieces of shit. Yeah, I know it's garbage. Interior apartment doors are actually garbage. You could literally just kick through it. So yeah, there you go. I mean, if you get legit, if you guys have any fucking questions or anything, I mean, let's just get this all out of the way now. So I don't have to talk about it anymore, so we can play video games and go back to just having a regular construction stream.
I mean, I was gonna say you're running the huge numbers, and this is technically an episode of the podcast that doesn't exist.
Am I? Because my again dashboard is down, so I can't see any metrics.
You're at 300 right now for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Apparently, I tell an interesting fucking spiel.
To be fair, that story writes itself.
I mean, yeah, it is a very interesting story. Like,
it is a great
story. You just
story.
show up browsing IRL streams because you're bored. You have no fucking clue who I am. It's an I'm getting a shitload of followers actually. So I mean, it can be a bunch of people. Hello, people who have no idea who I am and are just here for a ridiculous story. We don't usually do this. I'm just clearing the air. But
Well, we should.
yeah, but I mean, we're not gonna. This is the peak. You can't start at the peak. I'm never gonna have a story better than this one.
That's a lie.
What would possibly be a better story than this one?
I don't know. Considering this kind of shit's happened to you multiple times in a row.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen again. We're just waiting for the ticking
Yeah,
time bomb.
I mean, I hate talking about it. Like, the only reason I'm even talking about it is because Starby wanted to make it public.
Man, fuck the story. I
Or
just
I
want
would never have talked about
Good
this.
about the
Dude,
story.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
it
wants the
would've been like-
podcast.
I want
just want-
podcasts in general, goddammit.
Larken's wanted me to have, like, a podcast for forever. He's been pushing for it. To have, like, and just, we do this. We hang out in Discord and just have a goddamn chat. Isn't Pathfinder just a big story time? I mean, yeah. It's way nerdier
There's
story
stuff
time.
actually happening, though.
Yeah. We're doing a game and stuff. That's a little bit different. Alright, so let me see. Because I asked for questions and didn't even look if anybody asked a question.
I have a question.
Do you feel better now that you're out? Can I join the guild
okay,
in MXM? Hot questions. Yes, you can join the guild in MXM. I think it's probably leveled up by now. I know I haven't been on it a couple days because I've been in a U-Haul. I do feel a lot better. I mean, I feel a lot better, A, getting to tell. Again, I do... It's not like I don't want to tell these stories. Nobody doesn't enjoy telling stories like this. Especially when you find, like, that your side when someone spent the last week trying to fucking smear you and begging followers for a computer. I mean, let's take a moment of silence here. Let's take a moment of silence for the real victims of all of this. Starby actually got a group of people to pay for an entire gaming PC believing her side of the story. Let's take a moment of silence for their lost dollars. To a truly insane cause.
That's really a textbook.
Silence, you fuck! Do you not know what that means?
I know what a moment is. It's not very
Xenon's a
long.
foreigner. He doesn't know what a moment of silence is. We only have those in America.
Yeah, no, we don't have them. Sorry. Are we done?
Now we're done. It's already done. You killed it. It's gone.
Alright,
But,
sorry.
Although, my playlist, the sentient playlist, did immediately start playing the Tem Village music for Undertale as soon as I turned it back on. But yeah, oh, then the funny, sorry, not the table, funny insert part of the story. This is literally the same desk I owned when I lived in Idaho, by the way. The desk is letting me borrow. The funny
Alright,
part,
artist, come
this
on.
is a, shut up. This is a funny side note. So she went and cried to TGN because she sometimes streams on their squadron or whatever. So she went and cried to TGN. And I'm sorry, TGN, this is me officially rejecting your request. She went and cried to TGN squadron to, help me get a computer, my ex-boyfriend stole my PC! I'm a helpless child! Everything I owned was actually his and I basically have nothing. Even though I was streaming before I met him and I own 2 other computers that I could use. That's not the point! The point is I want monies! So, in my longer tweet, I mentioned how I felt like I had to talk about this because Starby was like literally going to organizations like TGN Squadron and trying to get them to fundraise for her because TGN had tweeted like a link to her post on her Twitter about everything that had happened. And I was like, well, I gotta fucking say, like, a one raving crazy person, whatever, but she's literally talking to, like, TGN and stuff. So I mentioned that in passing in my big tweet story. Like, she's running around going to TGN stuff, trying to get back up. And TGN tweets me, please do not mention our organization, thank you.
After they retweeted it, yes.
After
yeah.
they had
Holy my-
retweeted Starbeast thing and posted they were doing a fundraiser to get her a computer because of that. And if I was flexible enough to do that meme where there's like the dude thinking, except instead of having his hand on his chin, he has his fucking foot on his chin. I would do that right now. Joins the side, retweets the story, starts a fundraiser, asks to not be mentioned by the other party. I'm gonna have to cordially decline the request because you actually did drag you actually brought yourself in this story. I'm sorry, I didn't drag you in here. I'm just mentioning the fact that you are already a part of the story. So it was funny. But it's TGN. It's a network like Machinima or broadband TV if you're not big enough for broadband TV, because TGN is literally broadband TV's little baby company. It's like, they have like little offshoot people. They're like, well, I would give you a contract, but we take real content creators. How about you talk to TGN? But fun fact is actually who my second channel is in contract with. I mean, they're a perfectly good organization. It's not like, I will clarify this, TGN as a whole did not do this. TGN Squadron, which is a tiny offshoot of a small group of like 5 or 6 streamers, were the ones that did this. They're like Kyberries and Pallytime, and that little nugget, that's TGN Squadron. They're the ones who jumped on the train. The TGN organization as a whole and TGN Gaming are not involved, clearly, other than the fact that one of their representatives is trying to drag them into internet drama. She didn't go to a company and she bought it. TGN Squadron's like her and her 6 friends playing Heroes of the Storm 1 hour a week. That's like, so... I mean, they're mostly cool dudes.
Honestly, that whole fundraiser is really a textbook example of the wrong thing being done for the right intentions.
Yeah, I mean, no, they have entirely good intentions. Like I said, if you listen to Starby's side of the story and didn't know me, you'd absolutely believe her. And it sounds like she had a horrible time. Her ex-boyfriend broke into her room and stole her computer, and the police were like, lol, fuck you. That sounds horrible. That's not even close to what happened, but that sounds horrible. And if that's all you read, I understand it. Because, I mean, like, I have no problem with anybody on TGN Squadron except obviously Starby. Because, I mean... Kyberries is a perfectly cool person. But she's blocked me on everything because she's like Starby's best friend. She believes her, but then that's sad because she's a cool person. I mean, I don't really know any of the rest of them, but Kai seemed nice. And Pallytime's a funny dude. His show's hilarious. He's kind of the linchpin that keeps that whole thing together. I know there's a couple like I've actually played Paragon with them before. We had one stream where I played Paragon with Hengist and Rurikon. They're TGN Squadron. They're awesome dudes. So, I mean, they're all cool people. It's exactly doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. That's exactly right. They just have her side of the story, and I mean, again, that sounds like I'm a horrible person, but you're gonna pick the side you're gonna pick. I don't hold it against them. I don't blame them at all. They're all cool dudes, except Starby. The rest of them are all cool dudes. So yeah, the White Knights. I mean. She does have a small brigade of White Knights, yes, but again, it's the reason dragging this out in public is so dumb. Because none of you are here. Like, none of you know us. You know our stream personas. Like, I mean, I don't run around screaming about shit constantly in real life like I do on stream. I'm sorry, I just broke.
You don't even run.
Forever. I don't even run. I don't even go anywhere. I go from here to the nearest bed I'm allowed to sleep on. But, so dragging all this personal shit on public is just stupid. Especially when it's between a streamer and it's between 2 streamers. Because it's just whoever follows you is gonna... Whoever follows me is gonna be like, oh yeah, I side with that guy. Whoever follows her is gonna be like, oh yeah, I side with her. It's like, it's fucking
and
dumb.
no side's gonna go listen to what the other side had to say.
Yeah, and like, let's not pretend any of you guys are gonna go listen to Starby's side of the story. I mean, I encourage you to because you'll very quickly realize that I am actually right. But it's not like any of Starby's 6 followers are gonna come look at what I have to say. They're just gonna listen to her. I mean, it's pointless and dumb. It just causes drama for literally no reason. What you guys did? Well, fine, I'm wrong. Fuck you guys too. What? I mean, some of you will.
Just reading their tweets though, and like actually like.
Yeah. I mean, you're still gonna go over there, especially
because no doubt hers read some of his tweets. But,
yeah.
Like,
sure,
like, oh, what an idiot! Nobody's actually listening.
You're still gonna go over there either to laugh at it or still with the inclination that you've already heard my story. You're gonna believe me. I mean, you're gonna be very much inclined to believe.
I would believe it just from the merit of the Steam conversation we had the first time the police were called.
I believe you because I hate women. I was telling them
Damn it. I'm not a gamer because I have no life. It is because I hate women.
God damn it.
Look at her side of the story on Twitter. I pretend to unfollow from all her shit because I've seen this before. I'm not about to. That scrolled off my chat while I was reading it. I'm not about to give fuel to a fire. Yeah. And like I said, I was torn because I want to talk about it for two reasons. One, she's fucking slandering the hell out of me, obviously, for her own good game. And two, because I was going to have to miss like a week or more of stream, because I couldn't, because she'll shut my circuit breaker off. So, it's like that you guys deserve to at least kind of know what's going on, because it's affecting you. Because it's affecting stream. Because it's affecting the part of my persona that is relevant to all of you. So, I'm going to go on and at least talk a little bit about it. And give you guys the basics.
Well, also now Zender's gonna jerk off tonight and come harder than he ever has. Just listen to this
Well, I
shit.
know she claims
Yeah,
the
I know, right?
garbage bag on her bed. Hey, you want to hear that story? Because that's a great story, too. That's the catalyst. Alright, let's do a little bit more story time. I was going to skip the trash part, but I mean, apparently that's what she's focusing on.
Just give me a second, dude. I'm just
Because she realizes that she's lost the battle on all the other fronts, so she's like, let's fall back into the okay, Chad, help me. Mott and Bailey fallacy. Which is the Mott and which is the Bailey? The Mott is the broad argument, and the Bailey is the safe argument, right?
Dude at like a court.
Shut up. The Bailey is the tower, right? And the Mott is the feudal fields.
Sure.
That might be backwards.
Yeah, the Mott is like the fieldy with the water, right?
And the Bailey's
like
the tower?
I think maybe the Bailey's the land.
I think the Bailey's...
The Bailey's
it doesn't
land
matter.
houses are built
the
on,
point is,
and the Mott
whichever
is the
of
hill,
the Mott
I think.
and Bailey is the tower is her trash bag argument. Because she gave up on everything else. But, so let's address that. Because that is, to be fair, the catalyst. That was her trash bag thing. Her throwing a fit over taking out her adult human female, throwing a temper tantrum because she had to take the trash out, is the catalyst that started, I want my computer back, like, we're not, her telling me we're not friends anymore and all that. So, you're gonna need to believe me, chat. You're gonna need to take my word on this, because like I said, I'm not here to smear, and as much as this is tangentially, if not directly related to the story, I am not going to share with you a picture of her bedroom. But I could.
He could. I promise you. I've seen it.
Show it to you for evidence
just
reasons.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna like publicly post that because that's extremely shitty. But trust me when I say Starby's entire room is full of garbage. Like, if you've seen Hoarders, that's actually how she lives. And we had an agreement. There are two basic... Yeah, this is why she's on my green screen. We have an agreement. There are two basic tasks that had to be done in the common area of the apartment in order for us to live peaceably. The dishes need to be done, and the trash needs to be taken out. I don't care if you literally live in 6 inches of trash in the floor of your room. I don't. I really don't. You do you. I don't want that in the kitchen. It's the original agreement. I will take the trash out if you will do the dishes. I'd like to clarify that means put them in the dishwasher and run it sometimes. So I took the trash out every now and then. Didn't let it get piled up. She let maggots grow in our drain. And we had to throw out some of our cutlery before she finally did it. So I was like, okay. You want to trade? I will do the dishes if you will take the trash out. It makes more sense anyway because you go places sometimes and you have a car and you can just drop it off on the way by the dumpster. She's like, alright, fine. Guess what happened? We traded, which job didn't get done at all. So, garbage piled up in the bag. I took the bag out and put a new bag in. Just left it by the door for her to take. Garbage piled up in that bag. Garbage piled up around the trash can. Garbage piled up on the counters, and the oven, and the other counters. Red Solo cups and assorted trash made their way into the sink, which is now affecting my sworn duty, which was dishes, and these are not dishes, and they need to go live somewhere else. Take the fucking trash out. Okay, fine. Turns out there were maggots growing at the bottom of the trash can, so she threw the whole trash can away. You'll notice a recurring theme. Got another trash can and proceeded to not do it again for like 3 or 4 months. while garbage piled up on the counters again. And I would ask her, you may be, oh, this is a game you may be familiar with. Any of you who've ever lived with a shitty person, you may be familiar with this tactic. Hey, I literally can't make mac and cheese because the entire oven is covered in garbage. Can you take the trash? Can you deal with the trash sometime soon? Well, I was gonna do it today, but now I don't want to because you asked, and I feel like I have to do it. Well, you actually do have to do it. That's the one thing you agreed to do, actually, believe it or not. But whatever, just I need you to do it. Okay, bye. Next day. So how's that trash going? So, and you can ask in chat here. I wasn't gonna bring you into it, but I mean, if you're cool with saying it in chat, then I'm gonna assume you're on board. QKR here is your previous roommate, and it's apparently literally what she did in California too. So this is Starby, I guess, because she apparently also did that with the previous roommate.
Wait, who is?
QKR in chat's your old roommate. I wasn't gonna drag him into it because I mean I knew that we've talked, but I wasn't gonna pull him in. But I mean if you're okay saying that, then there you go. Anyway, so again, if this is the kitchen, the common area, you can only imagine what a room looks like. It's trashed. It's literally trash. So when she starts bagging up all this trash, she comes in my room, says, "Hey, will you come talk to me while I do this? Because it's bored and it's gonna take forever." I was like, "It is gonna take forever, but I mean if you were to do it when it's full, it'd take 5 seconds. But sure, I'll come talk to you. Whatever. I will stop what I am doing. Come sit in your living room and entertain you while you trash." You know what? And I told her, you get it all bagged up, I'll even help you take it all to the dumpster. I just want you to get it all bagged. So I sit down on the couch, and she starts gathering up all the trash. I realized this was bait, and she only wanted me to come out there so she could complain and scream at me. Because she felt degraded because I was making her pick up trash off the floor. I was like, actually, the trash on the floor, because there's literally nowhere else to put the trash, and or it fell out of the completely overflowing trash can or off of the counter where the trash lives. So... like that's on you. Sorry. Just take care of the trash. This won't happen. but
I swear to God, if you make me take the trash one more time, I'll call the police.
But she starts throwing a temper tantrum. She starts throwing a goddamn temper tantrum. Thank you, QKR. I appreciate this. I appreciate your validation. I do. So she starts throwing temper tantrums. So I was like, alright, fuck you. This is your job. You deal with it. I'm gonna go in my bedroom and you can deal with all the trash. So I go inside, sit down, get back on the computer, put my headset on. Hey guys, hear my door open. Turn around. Guess who just threw a trash bag all over my clothes? It's Starby. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you really just throw a trash bag on my clothes? Whatever. Pick up the trash bag, put it outside, back in the living room. Like, please stop. I go in my room, I lock the door. And so I hear her come, try my door, realize it's locked. I'm not in the master bedroom, so my bathroom's off the hall and not attached to the door, so therefore unguarded. So I hear her chuck the bag of trash in my bathroom. It's like... so I go out, get the bag of trash out of the bathroom, and go put it back in the living room. She's gone at this point because I guess she started actually taking the trash to the dumpster. So I go sit down in my room. And like 5-10 minutes later, she comes and bangs on my door and starts screaming about trash in her bed. I'm just like, oh my god, what? She's like, there's trash in my bed! I'm like, there's trash on every surface in your bedroom. Like, this is not news to me. Are you expecting me to help you clean the trash out of your room? Because I am not going to do that. And then she throws a fit and screams a bunch. And then she goes and texts me, we're not friends anymore. Go fuck yourself. I'm like, alright, fine, I'm taking my computer back, whatever. Like, so that's that's the prequel. The prequel to the Squidditch has to move to North Carolina story. Just so you know. Oh,
Oh,
baby.
it's fucking magical. Can you please There's one thing I'm missing. Can you pull in the quote from your dad?
So okay. I called my dad at some point in this because obviously this was after the first police contact for the computers when I called my dad. I was real upset. I didn't know what to do. So like any functioning adult, I called my dad and said, "Fucking help me. I don't want to be an adult anymore. Help." And I was talking to him, and this is actually really interesting because this is a more immature version of what happened with my mom. Believe we're getting a real fucking person story now. That's what my dad tells me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm familiar with this dance. We did this with your mom. I know how this goes." He was in the military, and he came home one day and the locks were changed, and all of his shit was in bags on the yard. And that was going to divorce court in 1995, which, spoiler alert, guess who doesn't get to have a house or a car anymore? It's Penis Wielder. Because that's how divorce court works, 100% of the time. So he came home to the locks changed, and lost his house, lost custody of me and my brother, and lost basically everything. But he didn't fight it, because my dad is the biggest badass motherfucker in ever, and he's just like, "Alright, fuck you. I'll make it all back anyway. I don't give a shit. Take it. Have fun." And he did. He proceeded as promised. But fortunately, my mom is also crazy. This is a complete tangent. My mom is also crazy and immediately gave up custody of my brother because he was really little at the time, and she's just like, "I don't want to deal with this fucking kid. Take it." And gave Squid Sibling to my dad. And I stayed with my mom for I think 1 year before she was like, "I don't want this one either. Take him." And I haven't seen her since. That was the last time I saw her. So, yeah, the absolute madman. My dad's like, "Alright, see you later. Enjoy your free house. Fuck you." And now he lives in a massive fucking house. Retired in Idaho. Doing whatever the fuck he wants. I'm pretty sure he's going on a cruise this weekend. So, I mean, he did what he said he was going to do. Mission accomplished. My dad's a badass. Anyway, so I'm talking to him on the phone. Because he does understand the core concept. And I just tell him, like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't get why this happened. Like, it's all so sudden. I really don't understand why this is all happening to me. And my dad says to me, "Well, the song doesn't go, 'Bitches be sane.'"
It's so fucking beautiful.
So I just lose my shit laughing in the middle of Publix, or I'm using their signal to make my phone function so I can talk to my goddamn dad. Oh, my dad's a legend. I have the best dad of all the dads. I'm sorry to everybody else who has a cool dad, but I have the best dad.
My dad can beat up your dad.
My dad's a fucking god. Oh.
My dad could suck your dad's cock.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, because standing in a snowstorm looking autistic as fuck.
Absolutely. That feat does extremely well. Better than anyone else, I'd say.
Squid Dad, best dad. Squid Dad is indeed best dad. So, I gotta piss. You guys got anything else I want to ask? I'm gonna go pee real quick. Brainstorm questions. I'll be right back. Or Larken and Zender can give your fucking context, whatever it is you want to do. I'll be right back.
If you have questions, I can answer. I think the only way I'd know more about the situation if I was Squid himself. Can you borrow his dad? No. That's gonna be a negative. What if you had done the same situation? What? I don't think I'm not gonna try to top that right now.
I know, I don't have a story. I mean,
no
like,
way. Not even
one time
close.
I was like in school and I saw a boy and I went, "Wow, he's cute. Oh, I'm gay. Shit." Sorry.
Yeah. What would I have done in the same situation? Pretty much the same as Squid, because that Everything he's done is shit I advised him to. I mean, he probably would have done it on his own, but I definitely tried to get the wheels turning as soon as possible. So, you got any fun stories? I got plenty of fun stories, but I don't have anything to top this right now. So it's just like, you don't want to use your content when, like, you don't want to show your shitty
you're wasting it, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to show your shitty third-grade painting when the Mona Lisa was just unveiled.
Yeah. Larken, was there any popular girl bitch squad when you were in high school? I mean, kind of, but life's not a movie.
How long until Larken and Squid hook up? Probably never. I don't think Larken can reach.
Larken, if Starry was a dude, how would you have done in that scenario?
Run.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. I mean, the first problem with that idea is, like, it's assuming that I leave my house enough to have a dude.
Oh, yeah, shit. I should advertise myself. Oh, damn it, he's back. Fuck. Too late. Supposed to be something, dude.
Jerk off in his
Alright.
face or something.
Here, you can use my chair.
Whew. Oh, got it in. Oof.
Oh, is this a Downs cat?
I found Downs Cat.
Oh, baby, I'm...
Where's Aussie Band?
Oh, okay, there he is.
Come here, Downs Cat. No, he's not. You like sniffing here because of...
That is a tiny fucking cat.
What are you fucking doing, Downs Cat? He's just like rolling around on the floor like a retard.
Yeah, call the police. He's kicking the cat.
Downs Cat, come here. I'm not going over there. Come
Is
here.
that a Russian blue? I mean...
I don't fucking know. It's a.
I mean, it looks like one, but it's autistic, so...
Yeah, this is Downs Cat. I mean, you can't see him right now. But here, I'll just not pretend my
So I'm a demon
webcam is
hound.
like
Fuck that now.
super fucking lined up or anything. There's Downs Cat.
So how tiny is Joe? That's my question.
Just doing Downs Cat stuff. Just rolling around on the floor like a goddamn retard.
You gotta pick Downs Cat and get him closer. We don't see him up close.
Downs Cat, I will
Oh, there
pet
he
you
is.
if you come over here. Come here, Downs Cat.
And I think this is like a real good example of, like, in nature, how when animals have a litter, they always have at least one that's fucked up and just dies in the first month.
Yeah.
But this is like why you shouldn't keep it alive.
Come here. Come here. Yeah, Downs Cat.
What up, doggo? Hey.
Oh, God. Stop meowing. Come here.
Stop me even.
Stop meowing. Just hang out. Hang out for a sec. You know you love attention. Don't pretend you don't want to be fucking petted, you stupid idiot. Yeah.
Sick of bitch.
Yeah, Downs Cat. Oh, look at him go. Hi. Hi, Downs Cat.
Dude, my Downscat and my dog should hook up. They'd be perfect friends.
That's interracial, and you should hate that because it's you.
Hello.
What? No, it's fine when they're animals.
Hello. You want to
Make
leave?
Squid gay
No,
and
you want
find him a
attention.
nice, sane twink.
Yeah, I know you want
I like to
attention.
find myself a nice, sane twink. Not fucking giving that up to Squid. Fuck
You can't
off.
find a nice thing swing if you don't go outside.
Oh, I don't know if sane twinks exist. Jesus Christ.
So this cat is like 3. I know it looks like a tiny kitten, but this thing is like
It doesn't
3
look like a
years
tiny
old.
kitten.
That's so
I don't
little.
think Squid's ever seen a cat before.
I know, right?
Maybe Starby's cats were just behemoths, but this cat is
This is
Yeah.
a normal
so
cat.
tiny.
Yeah, that's a normal ass cat. I'm not really sure what you're saying. I mean, it's a bit on the tiny side, I suppose, but it's not really a kitten.
Oh, a small cat, but
It's
like,
supposed to roll around the floor. This cat's dumb as shit, dude. Look at this cat. Look at it. Look at him
everybody
go.
is advertising in chat that they're sane twinks. You're clearly not sane. If you were, you wouldn't be advertising yourself in chat.
You're gonna get fucking snapped up by pens.
Looks like a kitten that just got past the stage of this. It's really fluffy, spiky.
Can you imagine if my penis just hung in like 300 viewer streams, just waiting to pounce on the case?
I guess. But that guy just go
Quote
fix
that
it.
shit.
Secretly, I am Mike Pitts. I am the bait.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's. I guess Starby's cats were just gigantic though, because like like Piper was ridiculously fat. Piper's like obese most of the time I was living with her, and long cats.
I
real
mean, they have a
long.
whole lot of garbage to eat, you know. So
Oh hey, Dad's here. What's
Yeah,
up, Dad?
Yeah.
But
you'd lick your ass too if you could. Damn right, I would.
See you later,
Jesus
Flip Box.
Christ, I would never fucking stop.
But,
Are you crazy?
yeah, I guess Starby's cats are just gargantuan because if this is a regularly sized cat, it just seems so fucking tiny to me after Long Cat and Piper. You wanna go out, or do you just wanna sit there on the floor and be an idiot? I think if I open the door, Rat Dog is gonna come in here. If Rat Dog comes...
Just get him, and then you'll put him outside of the door and he'll bark, but whatever.
Yeah, we got like screaming re-barks if he finds out I'm in here, though.
Honestly, I really want to see a fight.
I've never seen it. Like, it's like the cat can't figure out to fucking lick itself right. Like, it's just. Yeah, let me lick
I like
this cat
the cat thinks it because I don't have a car. It's impossible to see each other, as though like I haven't seen Joe and Des and they don't have a car.
Down's cat.
Yeah.
Down's cat, go. Free. Go.
That was the funniest fucking conversation. I told you that on Steam, but between you and Hyrule.
Ow.
Going on a cruise with Chrissy Sunday 20 years. Oh, that's bullshit.
Nice.
I wish I was going on a cruise.
Yeah, I told you guys going on a cruise this weekend.
I ain't fucking no cruise. Boats are scary. They go in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, you're afraid of water. Like,
I'm not afraid of water. I'm afraid of the ocean. The pools are cool.
Squid, does your brother stream games? He does not. No. It's 1:30 a.m. here in Brain Line Networks via sleeps.
Squid, does your brother want somebody's dick?
Sorry, I have real good stories. I don't know.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Pretty sure my brother is heterosexual, so probably not.
Make an exception.
what was it?
You got to take that up with him.
What is it? So spaghetti until it gets wet? Whatever, something along those lines?
Yeah,
and the notifier died, of course, like halfway in the stream. But the RED, 7 months in a row. Damn, these stories are tripping. You were the shiniest squidling. Thank you to everyone who subbed. What was on my story? I know I didn't stop and welcome you guys individually, but once when I really got going on that story.
Yeah, you don't stop when you have to flow.
I didn't want to stop the train because we were going at a good pace. We're making good time. I had my roll. I don't want to stop it, but I know like 10 people sub while I was telling that story, and let me go back through all of them. Ponticon had 7 months in a row. He came right after the story. Apparently, Ragnarok Tress at 44. Glad to see your back, Squid. Sorry to deal with this. Hope she gets the help she needs, and you're happy or at least healthy with the new living arrangements. Oh yeah, this shit's gonna be dope, man. Dada Boogie.
Nice person. That was nice.
37 months in a row. Iron Reaper 7 with 43. Squid, I missed you. Good to see you back. Chad also tipped $10. Said welcome back. So thank you, Chad. We appreciate it. Mini long shot. Up the sub level for extra squid love. What's worse than waking up with a penis on your face, finding out it was traced? Okay. And then
I think waking up with a dick on your face sounds kind of nice, honestly.
One Legged Rafflecopter had 22 months in a row. Wishing you a happy birthday, you nerds. Oh shit! Happy birthday, One Legged Rafflecopter. Everyone wishes men a happy birthday. If you didn't already do that while I was telling my story.
Happy birthday, you fucking cock.
True Demon, 23 months in a row. Bradley not only resubbed, also tipped $10. Here's some way to go buy some ammo. It's a lesson to never date crazy.
It's Wabbit season.
Garanta tipped another $5. We like to see you die endlessly and listen to your stories because you are our squiddly bard. Prioto had 33 months in a row. Zahavi, 7 months in a row. Resub for Squidlord being back. Clamiday with 30 months. But we had some like big fucking girthy resubs while I was going on that story. And yeah, that's everyone we got. Everyone we were doing the story. I wanted to give you guys, make sure we at least got shout outs for everybody, even if it's late. Just to make sure we got them. Waking up with 2 penises on face would be twice as bad. Thank you, Dad, for your insight.
That'd be great. What do you mean?
The number one rule is don't stick your dick in crazy. Like, I'm asexual. Why does this keep happening? Like, why do I keep doing this? There's no reason for me to keep doing this. God damn it. I just need to stop. Seriously, I need to go with the nun thing. Can you be a man nun? Are there man nuns?
3 on Mirage that doesn't go.
Oh yeah, monks, huh?
Oh my fucking god.
That's what I'll do. Gun Show 68, 10 months in a row. You were the shiniest squidling. Thank you.
They're man nuns.
Squid has had a bad track record. That is not true. The most recent 2 were terrible experiences. But everyone
what others are there?
That.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair.
Do we want to go through Squid's
No.
dating history? I mean, fuck it. We're podcasting. I don't even care. I'm going to stop streaming in like an hour and a half anyway, because, again, I don't want to stream super late with, like, regular people in the house. And also, I'm right across from her parents' bedroom, so I don't want to be sitting here screaming at a computer at 10 at night. So, I'm going to stop in like an hour and a half. So, like, fuck it. Let's just podcast the whole goddamn thing.
Finally.
What did I actually name this stream? Did I have? Is it still the Crash Bandicoot title? Oh yeah, it's still maybe we get to die and crash more now.
I mean, you might as well leave it.
Honestly, I'm just so fucking glad you're away from that house. I felt real secondhand fear while you're still there.
I'm glad you're away from that house because now I have friends to talk to.
Right?
You guys have all been gone, so for like the past 3 days I've been laying around like jerking off and reading fanfiction all day. And Sinner's been craving.
Yeah, I've been streaming.
I've jerked off more in the past 3 days than I have in my entire life.
So we got like an hour and a half. I'm literally just doing like full blast anime time. If we're gonna go through Squid's fucking dating history, fine, whatever. How long did you date Starby for? I was dating her. I moved in.
Too long. Got him.
I moved in with her in California. I was in California for like a month, and we were probably still dating
that
for like
with such valor. Got him.
probably like 6 months in Florida. So like better part of a year, because we broke up. We broke up months ago. Like, people still thought we were together because we didn't do a big public fiesta about it, but we broke up like months back. Tell us more about Spooky Squid. Fuck, I don't want to get that story. That's a story. It may accept that. Like, that's a story that, yeah, it's long enough ago.
It's shittier to talk about.
I actually don't remember the majority of, like, the details, so it wouldn't even be a good story.
Don't worry, I do, but...
Because it's just like, the point is it was shit, everything is shit, and now I'm free.
Yeah.
Master's giving W a sock. W is free now. So that's
Master's
good.
giving W a gay best friend.
Master's made W a cock.
Squish, you mentioned earlier you had one run-in with the cops when you were young and stupid story time. Alright, if you want this story, it's kind of a depressing story.
It isn't even interesting. Oh, okay, I was going to say, like, it just sounds like your standard young people running into a cop over something dumb.
It is a brief and easy story. But, I mean, you guys know I have been, and this is also going to be the world first time campus police have ever done anything for anybody ever, anywhere on any campus. So, you guys know, for the most part, I've struggled with depression pretty severely. It's a lot better now. I'm older and I've gotten much better at managing it. It's still a motherfucker, and it's a pain in the ass all the time, but I am much, much better at dealing with it than I used to be. When I was little, I was not even little, but like high school and college was, I think, the worst I'd ever gotten. I was very bad at dealing with it. And that run-in with the cops was... I did go try to kill myself. And campus police actually drove by and found me totally fucking randomly. They just were there for no reason. And they had no real reason to come talk to me because at the time they drove by, I wasn't doing anything yet. But they came up and they decided to make contact anyway because it was weird that I was out where I was at 2 in the morning. And they talked to me for a bit. And I tried to deny it, obviously, because I wanted to kill myself and not do whatever they wanted me to do. So, I tried to deny it, but the problem is, they actually weren't super awful at their jobs. And the goal was hang myself. And the problem is I lived in a college dorm. And there was nowhere to hang myself in a college dorm, being a 6'5" person. So
that's the saddest story ever.
Right? So
no, that's like the thing about when somebody kills themselves with a shotgun and they have to put their toe on the trigger and the last thing they think is, God, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's like, man, I got this belt and I really want to hang myself. I'm just so fucking tall. I can't hang myself from anything in this storm. So I was like, alright, let's go with the quick way. I'll walk out of the dorm. It's Idaho, so I'm gonna walk 15 feet off campus. It's the middle of the night, so there's like no light up here. No one's gonna fucking see me. I'm gonna find a sturdy ass tree and hang myself. Ta-da, I win. So I see them walking up. They parked the car and they started coming up towards me. I was like, you serious?
Dude.
Campus police randomly gonna fucking drive by this middle of nowhere road at 2 in the fucking morning for no reason. And not only that, they're actually going to stop and come bother me, but I have a belt in my hand sitting next to a sturdy tree. Like, well, we're ditching
you guys don't let me do anything fun. You won't even let me kill myself.
Damn it, fun police. So, we're ditching the belt, obviously, so I just throw the belt. And it's Idaho, so there's sagebrush and like wild grass everywhere, and it's tall as shit. So I'm like, fuck, I'll just throw the belt in the grass, they're not gonna fucking see it. And we leave, I'll get the belt, I'm like, I'm just going for a walk. And I'll get the belt and proceed with the killing of the self. So they come up and they got a little flashlight. They're talking to me for a second, they're like, what you doing up here? I was like, just fucking going for a walk. Why? It's like kind of weird place to go for a walk. It's like middle of nowhere. It's like, yeah, that's the idea. The hope was nobody would bother me. clearly not working too well, unfortunately. And he's looking out with the flashlight. This motherfucker is actually Gratian. He sees the fucking belt in this like 8-9 inch wild grasses and sagebrush with his fucking pencil flashlight. Like, this dude is literally Gratian. 28 perception. And he sees it. He's like, is that your belt? It's like, yeah. Why is it over there?
Maybe.
I don't know. So, they were, I mean, I'm assuming they saw me toss something real quick, and they probably thought it was drugs. You're probably right. I don't think they expected to find a belt. But, unfortunately, the dude put it together pretty quick. And so I was like, God damn it, like, I guess that was the flip switch point. I was like, yeah, I'm doing exactly what you think I'm doing. So, they took their moment of victory. Campus police did a thing. Congratulations, campus police are actually the only reason I'm still alive. Called actual police. And got to live in a mental hospital for a week, and that was great. And by great, I mean the worst thing ever. That was the worst week of my entire life. Holy shit, that's awful. Don't ever do that. If you're gonna kill yourself, fucking kill yourself. Because if you half-ass it, you're going to hell. So...
You're going, I mean, if we're believing in hell, you're going to hell if you kill yourself.
Yeah, but you gotta go to, like, intermediate hell, IRL. Regardless of whether or not you believe in actual hell.
Hey, you know my philosophy, as long as you're alive, it's better than being dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a funny story. Like, you guys want the story. It's like...
Yeah, it's fucked
not
up.
really a funny story.
It's a depressing story. It's a really depressing story.
Yeah, the interaction with the cops. I mean, in all seriousness, I tried to kill myself. Campus police found me. Cops hauled me out to a mental ward for a week, and it was terrible. I mean, in all seriousness, if you're in that mental state, like, legitimately just get help. Like, there are people
Call
that will
police.
help you with that, and I will tell you from somebody who really desperately wanted to die, not only a handful of years ago, like, you will get over that. It is a temporary thing. Like,
Especially when you kill yourself. I'm sorry.
like, really though, it is really a temporary thing. And like, it's. I mean, I know, like everyone just says this, it's not the answer, permanent answer to a temporary problem. And I mean, I know in that current state of mind, though, that sounds like it's useful to you. Other than I can just echo that is actually true. It's just because I mean, with all the shit I've gone through this last week, it hasn't even crossed my mind. Like, I'm way better now. Like, at no point where I was just like, I should just kill myself. Life is horrible now. I'm just like, no, I'm gonna move with Joan Des. This shit's gonna be dope. It's terrible for a week, but depression is awful. It really is really, really awful. But it can be dealt with. It's still gonna be shitty, but it's gonna be a lot better. What's so bad about the mental hospital? Everything. The mental hospital is where you go in the ward where you very quickly realize you are the only person who was there because you made one bad decision once. Because there are not grades of mental hospital.
No, they're all there.
So-
I've actually been to one. As a visitor, not as a,
I've been to one as not a visitor.
He actually went across the border into Germany, did a Heil, they put him in a mental hospital and fucking
just
put a bunch of needles in his brain to try to make him not a Nazi. It didn't work. It just made
Yeah,
it
I mean,
worse.
I was in there. You go into a place where they literally make you take your shoelaces out of your shoes. So you can't fucking hang yourself with your shoelaces, which I'm pretty sure can't support the weight of even the smallest human. But you know, they don't take any goddamn risks there. So you're not allowed to have anything because suicide rate risk. So I mean, you have your fucking unlaced shoes and your hospital gown. And you sit in your fucking bunk room. You share with like 4 other people who are varying grades of crazy. That's unfair, I know, but I mean, like, who are there for like generally a lot more severe like conditions that
More
actually make
genuine
it, like,
reasons, yes.
difficult for them to just live their daily lives. And you have nothing to do. There is nothing there. You can hang out with these people, and I mean, the one dude I hung out with was like a 54-year-old guy who was in there trying to get over addiction, and he was like the normalest person I could talk to. So I was fucking hanging out with old Grandpa Meth Head the whole time I was in there, because that was actually like the only person I could really talk to. But I mean, they got some books. They got like fucking arts and crafts you can like paint or whatever. They have a Wii U. They're a Wii that literally only had Wii Sports. So I played a lot of Wii Sports.
Squish is the best Wii Sports player on the planet. He got all his training there.
I hung out with actual man Anderson, and you're in there, and you got a phone. The only phone you can use is in the middle of everything, right next to the nurse's station, and in the center of all the dorms, so everybody's right there. So I call my roommate in the dorm. I'm just like, hey, I'm in a mental ward. Can you at least bring me my contact case and shit, so like I can see and not also be blind on top of everything else that's going here? He's like, yeah, cool, we'll bring you some stuff. And then
That's surprising. Did you not say you what? You what?
I mean, he's a cool dude. Like, he's like, yeah. I mean, it was a music. I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'll tell you that story later. Just bring me some stuff for right now.
Alright, fair
I
enough.
told him when I got out. I mean, I told him I was there because we hung out for a bit. This is like a visitor's ward. You can go hang out with people. And then I call my dad. I call my dad, and my dad comes down, and they let him in. They take his shoelaces and everything, and they let him in, and he comes in. It's a small little area. It's like one hallway that leads to a common room. And the common room's got the dining table, the arts and crafts station, and the TV and the Wii, and some books and shit. And the hallway has all the dorms off the side, and then the nurse's station and the phone. And then little rooms for like psychological evaluations. So I call my fucking dad.
Did he bring jumper cables?
I hope you're still in
I was
chat.
gonna make that joke, but I
I
didn't.
sincerely hope you're still in chat. My dad shows up to the mental ward in the hospital to come talk to me. And when he comes in, he walks in the hallway, and he's like in the best fucking mood ever. But I was like laughing. I was like, what? I don't understand how this is amusing to you. So my dad walks in right in front of the nurse's station. He's looking around, he sees some people walking around doing their stuff. And he says to me right in front of me, so he's like, so these people, like, everyone else here, like, legit fucking crazy? You're the only normal kid here? I was like, they're gonna kick you out, Dad, like, please. I want to talk to somebody for a minute. Please
Oh my
don't
God.
immediately get kicked out of the mental ward.
That's a fucking Loki savage, dude.
I don't think that's Loki at all.
The
That's
nurse
pretty
said
low-key.
I have never, if there is a look that will make somebody die, the nurse at the nurse's station gave it to my dad right there. She's just like, a cross between, it's like, you can't just come in here and say that, Dad. Like,
It's like that one scene from that one movie where you can't just ask people why they lied.
Something falling outside.
Oh, that one scene from that one movie. Oh, man.
You whispered it. You
You
did
know-
not whisper it. You might have thought you whispered it. Oh, that's not. Hello. 1 second.
Come
Yeah,
on,
rat dog coming to get some dick.
Is it Joe? Oh no, it's an
Des
adult.
is dead. Or, well, Des is dead. So I guess Joe's dead in law, sort of.
He's coming to slam. And welcome to the jam. It's Starby. Christ. Yell too loud?
Yeah, Dez's dad's getting ready to go to bed, so he's just giving the, hey, I'm
The
going
heads
to
up.
bed. Yeah, I'm going to bed, keep it down.
What a nice
Some
man.
cowboy sounding motherfucker.
Yeah, really?
Seriously, dude sounds like he's in True Grit, like for real.
So yeah, I'm probably going to hop off here in a minute, just because I obviously... he's
Or like a
going to bed.
Western.
He's right across the hall.
Yeah, that's what True Grit.
Got you.
I'm
The meme,
not
kiddo.
anymore.
So yeah, around like so 8:39ish is when normal humans go to lay down. So that's for now. That's probably when I want to be ending stream. I might be starting a bit earlier if I can, but like I said, most of my daytime is gonna be out doing applications and trying to get a place to live for goods. Squid, when we get in a best cop emote dedication for those guys who saved the day and defeated the bee. Ah, no, that's emote worthy. Anyway, we're at the end of that story anyway, so that's perfect timing. Right, that was
Fucking
some,
panties
that
up
was responsible mates. God damn it, I hate all of you. Be quiet like me in the nut house. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my dad was under the impression he was whispering. I'm sure that you do believe you whispered that. I'm here to tell you did not in any way whisper that. You just said it right in the middle of the hallway. Right in front of the nurse's station. See you later, Dad. So, real quick before I hop off. I mean, I'll hang out for another... We'll call it at 9, so I'll get like 15 more minutes. I just got an inside voice now, because he's getting ready to bounce. So like 15 minutes if you guys got any more questions or anything. I believe we were going to do the dating history of Squid. Is that what we were doing? That's still a thing.
Is that a lot longer than 15 minutes?
No, it's not terribly exciting. Believe it or not, I haven't dated that many people. Shocker.
Well, let me guess. There's a girl and you guys broke up, then there was a girl and you guys broke up, and then there was another girl and however many girls, and then Spooky, and then Starving, and that's everything.
Some psychopaths, yes.
I did it.
Yeah, you got it. You did it. You got my dating history. Congratulations.
Easy.
Wait.
Okay, let's go.
I'm so fucking mad that you didn't arrive probably yesterday. I'm so sad we missed Pathfinder.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd be able to do it, but
I mean, it's fair he didn't, but
yeah, we didn't end up getting out of Lakeland until like 7:30 or 8 almost.
yeah.
And we drove for a while, stopped and got some food, and it's like a 10-hour drive, and like Des wasn't gonna be able to, because she's the only one who drives out of the three of us.
So you stopped, didn't you?
Yeah, we stopped. And
Just
got a
like I
hotel.
said you would.
Yeah, we stopped and got a hotel.
And you didn't believe me, and I fucking told you so.
You were right. Well, because I made it all the way here in one go, but then we didn't get.
Yeah, no, you can do it one trip, but it's kind of a bitch.
But yeah, we stopped and got
Especially
a hotel.
if you go during the evening.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks
yeah,
for yesterday.
especially.
So anyway, I'll give you guys, to wrap this up here, we'll give you the brief dating history of the Squid. So first I banged Larken.
I top.
So
That's why
The
squid
dating-
shits are so fucked up.
let's start this by saying it's an interesting and storied history because it coincides with the history of me, I guess. Discovering my sexuality sounds really gay, doesn't it? But I'm asexual, so it's not the gay discovering my sexuality. It's the I don't actually want to bang anybody discovery of sexuality, because I grew up going to high school in Idaho, and Idaho is like
That's
90% Mormon. So surprisingly, they don't have any real sex ed or anything. So I didn't even know shit about shit for a while, and it took me a significant amount of time to even understand that asexuality is a thing that existed, and a thing that I am. But the first person I did it with in high school, the first like actual relationship I was in was in high school, and I dated a girl named Carolyn. It was in band, because I was in band. And it turns out when you're in band in high school, 100% of your friends and relationships are also in band, because you fuckers are around each other 100% of the time. So yeah. So that's that. There's nothing real super exciting on that one, other than I was young and dumb, and this is the. It's kind of hilarious because she was Mormon and I'm a sheltered asexual innocent child, and neither of us really understood a lot of the core concepts of sex, which is funny, but a separate story I'm not telling. Anyway, dated her.
Oh, I want
Put it in
name
the
his
wrong
name
hole,
now.
didn't you?
No.
Oh. Did
Dated
you try
her.
peeing your butt?
No. We're not telling it via 20 questions either. So,
Tell us 20 questions.
dated her for a little over like
Did you
2
pee in her
years.
front butt?
It was a while. It was a pretty long-term relationship. I dated the first girl I dated for almost 2 years. And like everybody else in high school, I thought that was going to be the only person I was in a relationship with. See, everyone in high school was like, oh, my first relationship, this is so real. I know what love is. I'm not an idiot.
Oh, right, yeah.
So being 18 and a retard. When I graduated valedictorian, humble brag, I basically had the option of going to nearly any college on the West Coast, and about half of them in the country, full ride. Like dorm and everything. I wouldn't need to pay a fucking cent. One of the very few colleges that would not give me a super good scholarship was called Idaho State University, which was in town and local. And I was a year or two older than her. So when I graduated high school and had to go to college, she was still in high school. So guess who got a bunch of student loans to go to a dumpster fuck college, which is when he could have gone literally anywhere to stay with his girlfriend. This guy, retard. Don't do that. So, if it's a real fucking relationship, it'll still be there a year later after you move away to go to college. Don't be a retard. So, yeah, I went to college at ISU. Lost a ton of money in student loans. Didn't end up graduating anyway. Went that whole depressive episode and picked up my future and threw it in the trash compactor. But it's okay because we're here now.
At least you finished high school.
Fair.
I'm the only one still going. Woo! Winner!
Got him, Cinder wins. So, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to catalog here. So after that, shortly after college, I dated a chick named Chloe because I'm sexually attracted to girls whose names start with C. And,
Come on.
Cindy.
Come on.
Oh yeah, Cindy too. I didn't even think about that. But, so I dated this girl named Chloe. That was very brief. But that's the only relationship I think I've had that ended because I was asexual. And that was kind of when I was coming to terms with it. And the takeaway from that one is I don't know if everybody gets one of these, but every now and then in their life, a man gets real fucking lucky, and down from the heavens, they are handed a woman 3 leagues higher than anything they should ever have a dream of dating. That was Chloe.
Is it bad I've had that happen to me before?
Holy shit, Chloe was just
Don't like
fine.
women?
But, Tim's on fire. 4 months ago. Thank you for the continued support. I'm going to throw that out there. I am one of the few men who was given the God-given opportunity to date what I believe to be a 10 out of 10. So, broke up because asexual. But, I mean, it's not like she was just, like, hot bimbo either. She was, like, probably fucking way smarter than I am. Like, she was a goddamn like, she is a person who shouldn't exist. She's that person, like, the perfect fucking human that makes you really goddamn mad they exist. Because, like, why do you get everything? Why are you, like, 10 out of 10 hot? You're fucking super genius. Like, you work in a goddamn biological research facility. Like, why
And
do
then
you
have
get
the audacity to be nice.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
at
a
least
nice
if they're
person.
a bitch, you can hate them.
Yeah, you
Gotta be honest, I can't
you
relate to you guys.
You
'cause
like
I'm just
hanging out and
fucking
playing
person.
video games. Like, this isn't fair. Why do you need to fucking have everything? Leave some of this for the rest of us sad little ugly fucks, like myself, who have very little going for us. But, yeah, one of those people. But damn, she was hot. That's the takeaway from that one. But, dated her pretty briefly. Spent a gloriously fantastic weekend at her place, but ended up breaking up because asexual. After that, what did I date after Chloe? I feel like there was something before Hexi. Spoiler alert, this story is way more interesting than you thought it was going to be. I feel like there was somebody between Chloe and Hexi, but it might have just been a gap, and then Hexi. I'm not sure. If there was, it wasn't super meaningful or anything. It was a super short-term thing. But yeah.
Probably
I
our
dated
relationship.
Dated Hexi for a long time, actually. Oh, Rocket. Does that even fucking count? Do we even count Rocket? That wasn't a relationship. That was like... That was like a middle school level relationship. That's not a real thing. That was me and some freaking relatively attractive British chick sent sexy text messages a couple times. That's not a fucking relationship. If I never even met him in person...
So what I've had the last few months doesn't count?
No, you're not a real... Have you met
Damn
your
it!
girlfriend before? IRL?
Yes,
Okay,
once
then
in
it's,
Prague.
then it's a real relationship. But... if you've never
No,
even at
girlfriend,
least
don't let
met
him lie
them
to you.
physically one time, that doesn't fucking count. But, yeah, Hexi, how long did we date for? It was a while. Like a year. Like, it was a long time. Oh, actually, yeah, probably surprised a lot of chat doesn't know this. Like, even a lot of the long timers, because we were never super public about it. There was no point. But I mean, I did go to London for a week. A few years? Yeah, it was a while. It was a long time. I think Hexi is the longest relationship I've had, actually. It's Hexi or Carolyn? Because I dated Carolyn for several years, and I dated Hexi
Another
for
fucking
several years.
C. Jesus Christ.
What?
What?
Carolyn was the first one.
No, she wasn't.
But, when she break up with Hexi, she's great
What?
to see her mod. So you guys want to hear a legitimately really sad story, because this is actually a really sad story. 100%. I mean, we did fight a decent amount, but, I mean, every couple does. I broke up with Hexi. Overview of Fidana, yep. I broke up with Hexi entirely because I live in America, she lives in Britain, and neither of us wanted to move to the other one. So, it's just like...
That just seems normal to me.
Yeah, there's no... It's not going anywhere. I mean,
Yeah, that's why me and Zinder don't date. Also because he's ugly, but... Sorry, I had to inject some humor.
yeah, it's literally location.
You had to have an insult in there somewhere, I understand.
I'm gonna talk like
So
that.
it was literally just the distance. Like, neither of us were gonna move. So, just kind of like, well, I guess rip. I mean, you will notice I still talk to Hexi literally all the time, and she's in chat all the time. You will notice that it wasn't like a terrible breakup or anything. It's just like we're too far away, and it's never gonna be a thing. So I mean, ain't working.
I understand, Hexi. Up until Brexit, of course. But now, now she has nothing to stay for.
It super feels bad, man. It super feels bad, man. So, after Hexi, immediately after Hexi, was Spooky.
Oh no.
You guys know the Spooky story. Spooky was a thing, which I'll go ahead and chalk up to A, life lesson, and B, a moderate win, because I fucking wouldn't know Larken or Joe or Dez were it not for connecting through Spooky. So,
And I wouldn't know them either, so thank you.
to
That
be
was real
fair,
gay.
I know the vast majority of my current friend group because I dated Spooky for a bit. So,
Not wrong.
I mean, all's well that ends well or whatever.
I still remember
Spooky
playing
story.
the fucking
There's not a whole
dodgeball
lot
game.
of a Spooky story. I mean, it's really not. It's not like the Starving thing. It's not a big story other than like.
And it's
I'm
been so
pretty
long.
sure. Yeah, it's been too long to like real big details. I mean, the gist of it is Spooky wanted to be a big streamer and wanted to be popular. Dated me because I was a full-time streamer, and she went through a large series of very short-term relationships I refer to as the ladder, where she just kind of attempted to date bigger and bigger people. As she just tried to literally fuck her way to being a popular streamer. Like, that's... I mean, I met her because she did make Spooky's House of Jump Scares, and I met her because I streamed it, and she showed up in chat because I was big enough to get her attention. Giggity. While I was playing the game. Then she's like, oh, you're a full-time streamer, and you play my video game, wanna bang? I was like, not really, but... Sure?
Even better! Woo!
And it was actually, yeah, it was Hexi that showed me Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Hexi brought this evil upon us. But, yeah, I mean, dick ladderers are people, they do exist.
I don't know, dick laddering sounds kind of fun.
And Spooky's one of them. That's really
That seems
all
like the
there
pro
is.
league for gay people.
That's really just 100% that story. Because immediately before me, she was dating one of the other people we knew from that group because he ran a game journalism site. So she started with him because it was like a little offshooty blog of like a organized blog, basically. You know, like Amber Giant, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
even know
I
that.
still like. I still like.
Actually,
No,
I'm
she-
still friends with Average. I'm still, honestly,
Yeah,
I
Average-
still most of them out of
Yeah, Average and Giant ran their little, like, Spooky was dating, I'm pretty sure it was Giant, it was one of the two of them.
It was
I'm
Giant.
pretty sure it was
Yeah,
Giant, and
Average
she
is
was,
married, I'm pretty sure.
and she
It
was
wasn't
dating,
bad.
and then she just, like, boop, and just dumped him, and she's like, hey, I found a full-time streamer that's playing my game, and just goombed off Giant said, and dated me for a bit, and got me to come down to her place and funnel viewers and donation money into her, and then, got talking to a Riot employee, and just badoop, and started dating the Riot employee. Like, it's literally just popularity lettering. Like, it's not really a story.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
Giant was married, but he was in the divorce, I believe.
Yeah, he's in the divorce process, so she just scooped him up.
Yeah.
And
Giant's a super nice person, though.
But the good ending is that, again, I know Larken showed Des and everything, and also I think almost immediately after lettering off the riot and play, pretty much all of her friends at the time stopped being friends with her because everyone kind of realized what she was doing. It took a few too many steps a bit too fast. And they were just kind of like, you're just using people, and kind of stopped being friends with her. So her whole friend group kind of fell apart. I don't know where she's at now because I literally don't give a shit. I haven't looked up at her in years. But after that, I was like, all right, you know what time it is? It's time to consult the internet because I am sick of fucking people, and I'm sick of fucking people. So I went on a magical adventure to find an asexual dating website, which exists. I believe there are.
What's it called? What's the catchy name that's missing a vowel?
It's not missing a vowel.
No, well, it's not a real dating website.
What dating website is just missing a vowel?
I mean, like Tinder and Grindr and all that shit.
Those aren't dating. Those are banging things.
They are dating,
is
but they're really
dating.
just for fucking.
It depends on.
People just using the fuck.
So yeah, I went and found an asexual dating website and signed up and was talking to a girl on there, seriously enough that I was getting ready to go visit her. And that was a little while after too. It was like a void in there. I was talking to her for a bit, like seriously enough that we were gonna visit. And then right before we actually made any solid plans, she's just like, hey, just kidding, I'm dating this guy on base. Bye. I'm like, okay. So before it actually got off the ground. That's in the rocket pile. I don't know if that really counts. But at least there was a plan to meet her.
You didn't meet the girl how is it a fucking dating relationship?
Yeah, I guess that would debatably counts. I don't think that one really counts. And then Starvey was immediately after that. And I'm here. There we go. Brief dating history of the Squid. No, you got it.
I know you're
Not
dating Joan
super
Doe at the same
interesting.
time.
What?
Now you're dating Joan Doe at the same time.
Oh. Yeah, not terribly interesting other than for the people who know I did at Hexi, because there's that going.
I mean, if you all combine, he'd be like a transformer.
You mean Voltron, you fucking idiot?
Boring. Yeah, I told you it wasn't gonna be that exciting, but chat wanted Squiddish's dating history, so hey, there you go. You got what you asked for. How'd Squid meet Starby? I met Starby at BlizzCon like 3 years ago, which is actually the funniest way I've ever met a person, because I was hanging out with Kai Berries.
Who's gonna replace B in the Pathfinder group?
What?
Somebody said in chat.
Who's gonna replace B? She left a month ago. What do you mean?
No, he said B. No. He means from all the way from the beginning of school.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, lol.
I mean, unless he does
don't
it.
know.
I don't know.
So I was hanging out with Kai Berries. That was at BlizzCon 2-3 years ago. I can't remember. Whatever year Overwatch got announced. With Dark Moose. And I was hanging out with Kai Berries because I knew her. Which, again, really sad that Kai Berries has me blocked on everything now because of this whole Starby bullshit. Because I was friends with Kai Berries first. This is stupid. Anyway. I
want to answer a stream and type justice for Squid and just leave.
I was hanging out with Kai. And Kai was friends with me and Kai was friends with Starby. And this is the time where I was streaming Heroes of the Storm. That's why I was at BlizzCon with a bunch of people that stream Heroes of the Storm. So, Kai, we ran into Starby, and Kai's like, oh, Starby, was a streamer too, you guys know each other, right? Because, I mean, she streams Heroes, and I stream Heroes, and Kai's like, oh yeah, you know Starby, this is Starby, and I'm just like, yeah, I know who this is. Totally, definitely, yes.
Why do people do that, by the way?
I know this person. Do what?
Pretend like you know someone they clearly don't.
Because they're
Because
socially
really
awkward as fuck.
Because I'm
Oh,
fucking
right.
socially awkward person who can barely
Right, okay.
find my own shoes.
That's a fair explanation, because I'm always wondering, because I've never done that myself. It's like, no, I don't know you. It's really awkward.
Oh, you
to
could just
say I
not
do.
leave your house and never meet new people like me.
Yeah, I know.
Because Kai Berries was really excited because she was positive we knew each other, so she was really excited about it. So it'd be
Also,
and,
knowing Squid's horrible
and
memory that he doesn't
Starby
realize
did
he
it
has, he
first,
probably did already meet her.
because Starby didn't know me either. So Starby did it first. So Starby's like, oh yeah, Squiddish. And and at that point it would have been reserved for Aqua to be like, oh yeah, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, that would have been weird at that point. She's like, oh yeah, Squiddish, I know you, and she'd never seen my stream either. So I'm just like, yeah, Starby. And that's how we were introduced. And then apparently she told Kai she thought I was hot, and then we ended up dating. Ta-da.
Well, that was the first crazy thing she did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I should. That was literally the biggest red flag in the universe, right
I
there.
don't mean her saying you're hot. I mean her admitting to something like that, like people don't pine from afar.
Lol. Because I am an ugly piece
Also
of
that she
shit,
said you were
so
hot.
I mean, like, that's like.
Hey,
obvious.
NPC pizza!
Oh,
I win again! Woo!
Something is horribly wrong with her mental state if she thinks I am an attractive human being. So
Fuck
that
off.
should have been the giant red flag right there.
Fuck off.
So Starby
you
does
doing?
most
You're-
things.
you're
Fuck off. Be depressed and hang yourself with a belt. Stop calling yourself ugly, though. Jesus.
All I got from Mrs. Squid X Hexi's a semi-legit thing was a very legit thing. I always didn't broke up his distance. Or we'd still be dating, probably. Like, if she lived in
love how
America,
you
I
kind of-
probably would have. We probably would still be dating.
I love the viewer count is still higher than in this past weeks. Yeah, that's because he hasn't streamed the past week, so it's been at 0.
No, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, we actually got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Apparently, I tell a relatively interesting story, which is good to know.
Larken thinks Squid is hot. I mean, if he put his glasses on, that bumps him up by a good 2 points.
I would put them on right now, but they're in the bathroom. But
Would you? That means you're gay.
I mean, I'm not. I know I'm not like an ugly piece of shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm,
you are, don't lie to
I'm
yourself.
solidly average looking, I figure. I don't think I'm. If I put more effort into, I could possibly be slightly above average looking if I put any amount of effort into my appearance.
I mean, if you got an actual muscle tone, that would probably help you.
Yeah, if I like went to the gym and put any effort in, I could sit at solidly above average. But
Yeah, if
like,
you let me fucking redo your goddamn wardrobe, you piece of shit.
alright, come fucking game me up. I'm in North Carolina, dude. Get over
I
here.
want to. It's not a joke. Larken confirmed likes tall guys. Hell no.
By the way, one of the places we like that today.
Do you not?
Definitely
God,
has like
no.
a huge
I like these
fucking
dudes.
extra
I guess
gaming room in the back.
I guess it's over between us.
You're not that much taller than I am.
Yeah, I
I have
am.
a friend who
Like,
lives in the
No, you're
States who
not.
moved to Florida.
weren't you
His
like
dad's
6
job, the only
feet?
reason we don't
Yeah,
date
you're not
distance.
that tall,
Sucks, dude.
though.
Sucks
Oh,
for his
yeah.
relationship.
You're 4 inches higher.
I don't think you were that tall. Oh, that is a bit tall. All right, yeah, you're right. We're over.
Yeah, I'm 6'4".
I'm gonna hop off though, guys.
I like Squid is talking to us, we're just discussing like we're over. We're breaking up on the stream.
I didn't hear you
As
say
a-
this, Squid.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, I'm gonna hop off as of
Yeah.
the knocking on the door a few minutes ago. Dez's parents did go to sleep, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be an
That's fair.
asshole. And
Well, so you installed Discord on your phone,
because well, I
and
mean,
then
I
Zinder
have,
streams his side.
I have very poor self-control, so I mean, I will get loud. if
It
I'm
is
staying
really
on
hard to
stream.
control yourself when you're talking on the
I
internet,
will get loud
honestly.
if I'm staying on stream, and I
Yeah.
don't want to disturb them.
Okay, Mira's a fucking manlet, that's disgusting.
Steven's throwing a fit. I see him. He's
I'm
throwing a goddamn-
5'9".
he's
Hell
looking
yeah,
for
I'll
food.
accept you. That's like perfect.
He's looking for. I need to get. I'm not. Steven doesn't have any food right now. He's literally been eating almonds and pretzels for 2
See,
years.
Tim's
so
on fire is where I'm at. That's the good height. That's the good height to be,
6'4".
man.
I'm like a little
Yeah.
over.
Tim
I'm
was
like
on fire,
6'5".
named himself after my shitty dog
Anyway.
character.
I'm gonna hop off, guys. But
See you, dude.
I should be able to stream somewhat regularly from now on. I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys bearing with all the bullshit that the last week has brought. I'll be streaming when I can. I'm gonna be stopping early, of course, again, because Dez's parents, for the time being, and I will start streaming as soon as we're done looking at apartments. And I mean, I'm like nose to the grindstone trying to find a place because I don't want to overstay my welcome here anymore than I have to. So, and the sooner I find a new place, the sooner we can go back to just regularly scheduled streaming. And I can get set up, we can get the green screen going, and shit's gonna be real cash money. So, thank you guys for all your support. Both today and while I was dealing with all this crap. Seriously. You do not know how helpful you have been. And it is a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. What can I say except
Absolutely.
you're welcome?
I should be able to see you guys all tomorrow. Because I mean, I guess like we're not going to be looking at apartments at 6 p.m. So I will be on sometime tomorrow afternoon. Follow the channel, follow the Twitter. I'll let you guys know.
Squiddish Podcast episode 2 next. What day is it? Thursday.
Yeah,
Next Thursday.
you finally got your podcast. You fucking happy.
Oh, it's only one episode. Consistency.